But we are out of time. Neil Rogers is coming up next. Have a great day, everybody.
The views expressed on the previous programs are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not reflect those of the BC.
And the following program and the one after that. Boy, I got the crud, man, really bad. Here's yours. That was down 227.
WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Wow, where'd that come from?
What the hell is that?
A screech.
560 WQAM presents
Sass
the Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, dial 560.
And I'll tell you one thing, these emails, man, we got enough for about 10 minutes today, then I'm going back to bed.
Call toll-free.
We have nothing.
877-785-NEIL.
We've been abandoned. We're like stepchildren.
On your AT&T and Verizon wireless phones. The opinions expressed by Neil, his guests, or his callers do not represent those of WQAM management, staff, or sponsors. Now, the Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM.
MONDAYSUCKS. This portion of the show brought to you by Britney Spears the JJ. It's hanging out, y'all.
Yeah, put it back in. 10:01 at 560 WQAM. Happy Monday to you. How can I say happy Monday? I got this nasty cold. I was starting to get it on Friday, and then I got it. You know, you get to that point where you're like right on the edge, and you're not sure if you're going to get it or you're not going to get it. You're going to like dodge the bullet, so to speak. I didn't dodge it. I got it.
All right.
And if I would have had any brains, I'd have sent you a message this morning around 8:15 and said, "Hey, guess what? I'm sicker than a dog, and you do the show, please."
But you didn't.
I didn't do it.
Trooper,
no, because I'm a real trooper, man.
That's
I don't want to, be a party pooper, so I act like a trooper. That one horse, by the way, in the second race on Friday, I have seldom seen such a gagging, puking pig. Oh, but Nick Zito was training and Kent DeSormo was riding. They could have been pulling him with a tractor, and he still wouldn't have been anywhere near. When he got to the top of the stretch, I looked at the chart. He was second by a nose at the top of the stretch. And I thought, boy, we got a really shot. You know. He stopped. He looked down the stretch and stopped like he ran into a brick wall. And finished last by from here to Venus.
Well, judging from the crowd reaction, a lot of other people had him, too.
Well, screw him. Screw him. Piece of turd.
Went from a lot of cheering to a lot of...
Really?
Yeah. We might have to be careful about that open mic in that situation. I might have to press my mute button during races.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, are you really that close to people that are like
They're
cheering
all
and
around.
screaming?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well.
They're all about us.
I personally, I enjoy those shows and you make a few extra bucks, but...
Or lose a few extra bucks, it doesn't matter.
But I think, I don't know, the horse racing thing...
money, I hope I didn't...
Gigantic tune-out. I beg your pardon?
I got the Beast's money, his $8.40.
Is that what it is?
That's what we won.
For 20. Well, that's not bad. He got almost half his money back and got some good entertainment. That nag stopped to a walk. No, seriously, did you see where he was when the race finished?
No, I just had the little monitor there.
He was like 50 lengths behind the field.
That's
he was
awful.
like Big Brown in the Belmont. Jesus, God. But anyway, you can't win them all. I tried my best for you.
I know you did.
Well, we got a couple of dead people, and that's about it. And I don't know what's going on with the emails all weekend long. All weekend long. Death Valley Days, nothing. Well, maybe they were busy. Maybe they were at that thing you were at. What was it called?
Ultra Music Festival.
A lot of ultra-hot people there, according to George. A lot of naked people running around with hot bodies and hot things.
Oh, yeah. What a great demographic, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Living and breathing people.
Living and breathing people. They were all the same color,
maybe
tan.
My Outlook Express is like frozen or something. I don't think so, though. I had some crap, Mid-East Daily Report.
Crap.
That Robert Goldman, that idiot. What is wrong with that man?
He's a professional Israeli. He's in Israel. What do you want? He's an Israeli military soldier.
God, one thing to be a Zionist, another thing to be a crazy person. Well, here's the poll today. What happened to the poll from Friday? Well, I never printed it out. View previous. Here we go. Who is the most self-hating Jew of all time? 832 votes. Jew Lieberman wins a landslide, 300. Obnoxious, drooling idiot. Michael Savage, 88. Jackie Mason, 73. Ben Stein, 69. Roy Cohn, 62. I'm thinking next to Hitler and Mussolini, he may have been one of the most despicable people who ever was born, Roy Cohn. What a turd. Paul Wolfowitz, 39. Ari Fleischer, 37. Bernard Goldberg, 35. Well, the media is liberal, the liberal media. You're a crazy person, Bernie. Alan Combs, 31. Ron Silver, 27. Oh, I got a great email about that. You'll get a chuckle out of this.
About Ron Silver?
From Michael Friedman. Neil, I think Ron Silver is dead. I think Abe Lincoln's dead, too. He was a liberal at one time, then he went over to the dark side. Even his roles on TV turned from liberal to neocon extreme a few years ago when he drank the Kool-Aid for Bush and Cheney. He hated himself to death. A loyal listener since before the Zeta days, Michael Friedman. Well, thanks, Michael, but, we're on to it. I think he's dead. Yeah, he is dead, and he's still dead. That's the good news. Ron Silver, 27 votes. Mark Levin, 17. Robert Grieper, the Grim Reaper, the Lord of the Board, 17. Richard Pearl, 14. Ben Ginsberg, 11. Mort Zuckerman, 6. And David Frum, 6. David Frum should have 600, but they don't know who that is. Boy, is he just... There's nothing coming in there at all on the email. I think it's broken. It's broken. That's a good excuse.
Sure.
Send me a test.
Okay.
I'm smelling you, man. There's nothing on there. There's a few polls, few old polls. Very jackass. Tanner concerned about the PPM data. That's from ages ago. No, they're coming because something Salon newsletter just got deleted. They're coming in, but there's nothing from you folks. So I guess it must be a real quiet, deadly time. So let me blow my nose now. I'm just going to do a real slow show. I'm going to mail it in slowly.
Okay.
Wow. Oh.
It's Monday anyway.
Well, I have no energy because I got this damn cold.
Right. Well, I sure as hell don't have any.
And if I told the audience that I ate, my friend John from Florida came up over the weekend, and we ate at Red Lobster, not once but twice.
Wow.
Oh, what's wrong with you? You're such a jerk. You have this bad taste. It was great. And let me tell you, the second time we had, I saved a little bit of room for the dessert, for that chocolate wave. Oh, my God. That is so decadent, it will kill you. We got the Big O at 2. We got Mad Dog at, what? Mad Dog at BUC. What does that say? For the McDonald's All-America Game Jam Fest. What the hell is that? What is BUC?
Buck.
Oh,
maybe we'll go out in the hall and ask somebody.
Dolphin tonight, 7 o'clock, then DA 8 to 11. That's our schedule today. Maybe somebody will tell me what BUC is. I know what FU is, but BUC. Speaking of mandates, they had a thing on the NFL Network over the weekend. The 10 NFL coaches who should have stuck to college, the worst. And they kept getting his comments on Nick Saban. It was he's funny as hell, Mad Dog. I don't know what happened to his numbers and to his audience and what happened to his show, but he's a real hoot. He's one of a kind, one in a billion. But I think they destroyed his show with Ira Windbag and all these stupid guests they put on there. They'll destroy anything. There is nothing that they cannot destroy. This show, Mandich, you name it.
They're good at that. At least they're good at something.
That's their area of expertise, is destroying careers, shows, radio stations. Joe and Clarence, man, what a team. And, of course, Joyce. Well, speaking of Nick Saban, Lou Saban is dead. You're not even going to shed a little tear or anything?
Who?
Lou Saban, the well-traveled coach whose NFL and college career spanned 5 decades and dozens of jobs, died. He was 87. Saban died around 4 a.m. Sunday at his home, his wife Joyce said. He had heart problems for years, recently suffered a fall that required hospitalization. What do I always tell you? You hear it? You hear the sirens?
Yep. Bank United Center, by the way.
Too late, he's dead.
Bank United Center. Buck.
I'm supposed to know that?
Well, somebody had to tell me, so don't feel bad.
What is that, the Bank United Center? Is that the Mickey Arena or is that the UM Arena? I don't know what that is. It's one of the 800 arenas we got. Let's build another arena. We got that new stadium going up in a couple of years. Let's build another arena just for the hell of it. Saban played football at Indiana University and for the Cleveland Browns of the NFL before embarking on an unmatched head coaching career that included stops with the Boston Patriots of the old AFL, the Buffalo Bills, Denver Broncos, along with college jobs at Miami, Army, Northwestern, and Maryland. He was also president of the New York Yankees from 81-82 and coached high school football 87-89. Wow. Yankees principal owner George Steinbrenner mourned the passing of his friend and mentor in a statement released Sunday. My friendship with Lou goes back to 1948 when we were both involved in the youth track and field program in Cleveland. He's been my friend and mentor for over 50 years and one of the people who helped shape my life. Yada yee beep boop 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 boop. He's dead. Lou Saban is dead. Guess who else is dead? Somebody you may remember or maybe not. I'll save it for after the break. We got to really space things out today. Did you send me a test?
I did.
Well, let's see if I got it. Oh, I got some stuff on there. Oh, the Beast tells me the Bank United Center on. Oh, it's the arena. That's what I thought on the UM campus. Oh, Dafta Xavier Lochen Cup. We really needed that. Yeah, because there's so much interest in UM basketball. Not as in none. But let's build an arena anyway.
Right.
George Rodriguez, test. Ease. Okay. Ease. Paul Thompson tells me Bank United Center. That's all they got. I'll just ask a lot of questions today, and you folks give me the answers.
Good plan.
Here's one that says, no mention on the Joe Rowe Show about Michigan State, but all Tiger all the time. Go State. Oh, Tiger. We're back to that. That's from your friend P.R. Ralph. Oh, Tiger is this, and Tiger is that, and Tiger got a hangnail, and Tiger. Yeah, I'm sick of that crap. I can't stand it. It makes me nauseous. The Dow's down 220 points. Let's get, what's his name on the air? Stormy.
I'm sure that could be arranged.
Let's get Stormcat on and let him talk for 3 hours while I'm resting my cold. Actually, this one isn't that bad. I'm stuffy, and I feel
fine for what it's worth.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. How can, just like that email that said, how can we register our complaints if we don't take any calls? That was your friend John ZTR.
Yeah.
Who I guess has given up today. I don't have any of those.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I doubt it. Even the negatory a-holes, ass clowns, haven't
Listen,
haven't
you're not
chimed in.
going to drive any one person away. They're just going to change their name.
See, there you go again with that stuff.
It's the truth. You don't believe it? You're the one that's always said you don't chase these people away. There's nothing you can do.
But they tell me I chase everybody away.
Yeah,
Sooner or later.
Yeah.
I chased away Johnny Dork and Greg Budell and the Bird and this one and that one and Joey Reynolds, Bill Marshall, Steve Rondinero.
Yeah.
All these other nitwits that nobody ever heard of. Mr. Radio. Speaking of nitwits, boy, get a butterfly net. Let's get a search party organized. Go out and find his ass somewhere. Let's post his picture on our website. Mr. Radio.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. I was in the shower this morning thinking there is nothing worse. I said it last week. Nothing in the world worse than a radio groupie. Nothing. And if you want to, slice that down a little bit, nothing in the world worse than a talk show groupie. The absolute worst. Oh, did you hear what Jim Phillips said about you? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, my God. Yenta Central.
Yeah. MONDAYSUCKS.
Dear Neil, leave Dodie alone. Contrary to what you say, he has a great voice and is a good man. Dodie is a mother's angel.
Lloyd, what are you doing?
I'm writing fake emails.
Lloyd, don't you understand it? You're sick. You need help.
You hear that?
What?
Well, I'm a pianist.
So what?
Here, listen. I'm going to sit right down and send Neil a fake email. And tell him once and for all to leave me alone. He's always making fun of me. But how bad can my voice be? I'm the mighty voice of the pit.
I should have that job, not you. Get up so I can sit down and write Neil a fake email. And spend some time just blowing lies out my ass. So what do you say we both sit down and write Neil a fake email?
I
And maybe Neil will read it live on the air. Why, we can almost feel it swelling up down there.
Ooh, you feel that?
Get out of there.
10:19 at 560 WQAM. Have I played that before? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I did?
Sure you did.
Did not.
At least once, maybe twice. I've heard it before.
I think you're wrong.
I've heard it before.
Yeah, because you probably played it.
No.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
You can play it when you finish the show here today. The Dow's down 254 points. Wow. 235. Oh. What happened, Maria? Hey, Maria B., what happened, bitch? A fool and his money are soon parted. Just remember I told you that a long time ago.
Yes, you did.
I had me a really stellar weekend at Woodbine. Yesterday I had one of the biggest days I've ever had. I'm not going to give dollar amounts because then they're going to get all, oh, geez, yeah. Just amazing. A shocking day yesterday. T-Bick says, what killed Mad Dog's show for me anyway is the extreme right political rhetoric. I put up with it for a spell, but then it became rather tedious. Maybe Mad Dog wants to be Jimmy Syphilis. Do you think that in his old age? Maybe he's trying to become Jimmy Syphilitic, which I don't think he really needs to do that. I think that takes the bloom off the rose. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I mean, since one of the sports guys is supposed to be doing politic crap.
Why not?
Why not? Because it's, I don't know.
It's
show
not
killer.
Worse. Oh, more of a show killer than what they normally talk about?
Than Ira Windbag? No, you just don't get it. You don't get it. These guests, man, these horrible, awful guests that they pay to come on and destroy the ratings and chase the audience away. They pay people to kill us.
That they greet at the door with the red
carpet. It's like hiring assassins. Oh, yeah, they probably give them like
gift baskets.
I guarantee they eat all they want on the air.
Oh, yeah.
They probably cater it.
Mm-hmm.
Ira Windbag. Yeah, bring in some Kreplach and Nudnik for Ira Windbag, speaking of Nudniks. I just made that up.
Is that a food?
Kreplach and Nudnik. It's almost Pesach, by the way. We got Easter coming with the silly Easter eggs and the bunny rabbit. Easter's just an excuse to sell a bunch of candy and rot your teeth.
What's your point?
Bunny rabbit. Where did the bunny rabbit come from? What does that have to do with Easter?
It's
and
a
what
pagan
about the Easter
symbol.
eggs? What?
Pagan, all of that. Pagan symbols.
Pagan?
You know how the Christians would adopt all of the pagan imagery to try to get the pagans to worship along with Jesus? So they would decorate. Same thing on Christmas with the Christmas tree and the mistletoe and all that. Chazarai.
Chazarai?
Yeah, it's pagan stuff. They would gussy their own holidays up with pagan imagery to get the Christians to come along. Or to get the pagans to come along with the Christian stuff.
No. How boring.
Well,
and we got Pesach coming, baby. We got Passover. Don't be eating treif on Pesach. Gary Sarner will come to your house and eat your firstborn. We got matzah, no leavened bread, no leavened bread. And I dasn't even ask what that's all about.
There's a lady in town. She's an Orthodox Jew, and she needs to buy bread that is unleavened.
Oh, 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 oh.
Ooh, oh, and she's buying bread at 7-Eleven.
Oh, 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 oh,
oh. And the bread is wonder.
Wonder Bread builds bodies 8 ways.
And the bread is wonder.
Yeah, Wonder Bread. It's like eating cotton.
The bread is really wonder.
It's like eating cotton patent is what it's like. Wonder Bread. White bread. Any white bread.
Yep.
Don't eat bread, all you kids out there. Don't drink milk and don't eat bread. They'll kill you. Especially the bread. My God. Here's the poll today. We got 300 votes on it. Probably more than that, but I'm too under the weather to look. Oh, he's mailing it in. He's really making excuses today. I'm not making an excuse. I'm sick. I'm so sick. I'm ill. I'm not really that sick. Just sick enough to be uncomfortable sitting here. I'd feel a lot better, wandering around outside. It's murky and going to be like 5 or 6 degrees is all today. It was a nice weekend, actually, in the 50s. You ready for that?
All right.
I hate getting old because Most of the above 75. What's the question? 56. See, I mean, what are those doing on there? Especially, what's the question? Well, what is that?
I don't know. Some smartass?
Some smartass made this poll. Hair is showing up in unwanted places, 34. My hair is gone, 28. I can't get it up, 26. My hair is gray, 24. I pee too much, 16. I can't see, 11. I've fallen and I can't get up, 7. My ass is huge, 7. I sit on my testicles, 5. I'm constipated, 4. I can't pee, 3. My ass is gone, 2. What does that mean? As you get older, your ass is gone?
Well, it kind of sags down to the ground, I guess, for some people.
Get out of here. Down to the ground, my ass.
Yeah, see?
My bra is my belt, 1. I need Depends, 1. And then none for my ears are so large I can fly. It won't go down, or my ass is more dimples than a golf ball. See, I used to think it was pimple on the S of progress. It turns out it's dimple on the S of progress. Speaking of which, Kenny Gramer says, very confusing, the UN campus facility. Kenny, this should be your worst problem, but nevertheless, he takes a shot at the Beast, so it's worth reading. Says, funny because I heard the Beast read a live spot recently, and during the commercial, he switched back and forth a bunch of times between saying Bank Atlantic Center and Bank United Center. Very confusing. Yeah, we got too many centers. That's the problem. We're a very good center. We're a very good center. Oh, my God. I think I'm losing my mind here today.
Good. Ought to be very entertaining.
It's not even 10:30 yet. What?
Ought to be very entertaining.
I'm serious. I'm serial. I'm going to lose my mind right on the air today because it's just pathetic, tragic. The Dow's down 230 points. Oh, there's a couple of emails, not too much. Oh, this spark plug guy. Go away, you bug me. Oh, Yoshi Schmendrick is here. He says, what in the hell went on Friday? I lost my ass at the Gulfstream. It's crazy. I was so depressed. Went to Jackson's and had a kitchen sink. Please don't let Beast do any more baseball games. He blows. He sounds like a combination of Eric Reed, Jimmy Syphilis, and Geldy Geldstein. He sucks. Whatever happened to Duff Lindsay, the man with the, is he still with the station? Yeah, he was in this morning, making excuses for that screw-up last week on the restaurant deal. 790 still doesn't have a morning person. Is Jack still available? Coming at you. Says, who did the morning show this morning over there? We have no spy report on it. You people are slipping, man. You like to blame me and George. You people are slipping. Where's the spy reports? Where's the meat? Where's the damn beef, huh? Jesus, God almighty. Do you know who did mornings this morning across the street?
Yeah, right. You're not talking to me, right?
Well, somebody will tell you. Flea will come in or you get a spy report from somebody. Then this morning I come in here and I'm sitting here and George sends me a text message. He's on the crapper.
Yeah.
Which you were on there for a very long time.
Yes, I was.
And I'm listening to way in the background. I'm listening to a tiny bit of audio from the Joe Rowe Show breaking up, and I'm thinking, oh, no. Who screws up that board every damn Sunday?
Who knows? It's wide open.
I'd like to beat him with a meat axe. I'd like to just kill him.
It could be any number of 20 people from any number of radio stations in that room over the weekend. It could be people that don't work here. It could be homeless people that just walk up in the,
Yeah, come on into Neil's studio and screw it up. Because tomorrow's Monday, and he'll be all bent out of shape. Steve White, the PD, did the mornings again this morning? Oh, my God, how disastrous. Whoa.
Yes.
Woo! On the 30th of March, this must be an early April Fool's joke on the audience over there, if they have any. The best deals on the most comfortable mattresses on earth are just a phone call away at 1-800-MATTRESS. With daily deep discounts, every day is a big sale day at 1-800-MATTRESS. Save 20 to 58% on all brands. A different model every day, all sizes, all comfort levels. That's 20 to 58% off. Each one is the lowest price ever for that model. Just another reason why the independently owned and operated 1-800-MATTRESS is ranked #1 in the universe in overall customer satisfaction. And now it's more important than ever to buy from a reputable company. Get you great deals on all the name brands, including Sealy, Serta, Simmons, Spring Air, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic, only at 1-800-MATTRESS. And choose when you want delivery, any day, 7 days, evenings, holidays, even on Sukkot, even the same day you call if you like, all with the industry-best 30-night in-home comfort trial. Just do what I've done and what everybody here at QM has been doing for a long time. Call 1-800-MATTRESS today and get you a great night's sleep for years and years to come. The one and only Dial-A-Mattress, mattress.com on the web, or just call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S. It stands for stupendous savings and stupid sales hold.
Oh, Neil! I don't have a penis. I've never had one, I swear. All right.
Oh, got some bad news. Another death just came in. Jack Dreyfus is dead, founder of the Dreyfus Fund. I used to have a few bucks in the Dreyfus Fund, like about $3.
Yeah, then what happened?
He's 95, Lion of Wall Street, founded the Dreyfus Fund. And now, he's dead. Cause of death wasn't immediately known. I love that. 95 years old, and it says the cause of death wasn't immediately known. Don't people die from old age? He had been ill for some time, said Arnold Friedman, treasurer of the Dreyfus Charitable Foundation. As creator of the Dreyfus Fund and its parent Dreyfus Corp., he built one of the first mutual fund firms to actively court everyday individuals rather than just professional financiers and institutions. Jack Dreyfus is dead. He was 95. Well, and guess who else is dead? I keep postponing the reading of this. Irving R. Levine. You don't remember Irving R. Levine from NBC News?
No.
Come on.
I don't.
Skinny guy?
No.
Really Jewish looking?
Newscaster?
I guess he was Jewish looking because his name was Levine and he was Jewish. I wonder if he was kin to Murray Levine.
Was he like a newscaster?
Yeah.
No.
Well, why not? What do you mean no?
Well, because I don't pay a whole lot of attention to newscasters in the first place.
But this is 100 years ago.
And then it's 100 years ago.
He was a pioneer in network TV coverage of economic issues. With his distinctive bow tie, slow-paced delivery, and use of his middle initial in the sign-off, he became highly recognizable, but not to George. The Dow's down 264. I'm going to sneeze in a second. I've been sneezing all weekend. Sneezing for good reason. You tell me everybody's got this crap.
It's going around for show.
Well, I'll be damned. Maybe it's like some kind of maybe it's in connection with that thing, that worm that's coming on April Fool's Day or not. What's it called?
Oh, you told me and I didn't write it down.
I forget what it's called. Leslie Stahl did a piece on 60 Minutes last night. She's just... You know, I used to like her. I used to like her a lot. I thought she was okay. And then I forget which interview she did that just made me nauseous. Oh, it was the one with Antonin Scalia where she just kissed his ass. She sucked his toenails. Oh, that was disgusting. And now every interview she does, she's just breathless. Oh, it's going to do this and it can do that. Like she's like a bubblehead idiot. She's a little bit too old to be a bubblehead. Although you're never too old to be an idiot. Conficker. It just came back to me. Conficker. That's the worm that's supposed to go nuts April Fool's Day or not.
Conficker?
Conficker. F-I-C-K-E-R.
Oh.
Ficker.
Thicker?
Levine died of prostate cancer at a hospice in Washington, D.C., according to his son, Dan R. Levine. Wow. Irving R. Levine and his son, Dan R. Levine. What is that? That's bizarre. Isn't that a little strange?
A little bit.
With his distinctive bow tie, slow-paced delivery, and use of his middle initial and his sign-off, the balding Levine became a highly recognizable presence in television news. His dry manner made him an occasional foil for jokes from late-night TV talk show hosts. A generation of Americans grew up knowing the name of Irving R. Levine. From his signature broadcast style to his signature bow tie, this unlikely TV star came to symbolize the journalistic standards of NBC News. Irving R. Levine was a global figure in the formative years of TV news, and his legacy is with us every day, NBC News said Friday in a statement. Levine also had a significant career beyond economic reporting. He was the first American TV correspondent allowed to live in and broadcast from the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Kommunista, kommunista. See? He also covered the building of the Berlin Wall, the 1960 uprising, which was then the Belgian Congo, and the travels of Pope Paul VI to the UN, India, and Holy Land among the first international journeys by a pontiff, by an old guy in a dress. Oh, my God, the Pope. Oh, condoms cause AIDS. Crazy person. Born in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, August 26, 1922, Levine graduated from Brown University and earned a master's degree at Columbia. He began his journalism career as an obituary writer and reporter for the Providence Journal. You know, one job that's safe, even in these difficult times in which we live now. Obituary writers, funeral parlors. Because one thing that keeps going on in God's plan is a lot of death.
I'm dying over here.
Just like all these obits that we do at the beginning of the show every day. And this goes on. After leaving Moscow in 1959, he was stationed in Rome till 67. Boy, what a tough assignment that was. Wow. During one economic slowdown, Johnny Carson quipped on NBC's The Tonight Show, "Things were so bad, I saw Irving R. Levine standing by the side of the freeway with a sign reading, 'We'll work for bow ties.'" Oh, my God. And keep in mind that these guys have writers. Somebody wrote that. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Isn't that pathetic? So all you people that give me the song to dance about Johnny Carson, I don't get it. I never did get it, and I never will get it.
I saw some of that old footage from the early days.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought it was cute, funny, clever, but not for a long time after. You know, when you say he hasn't done anything funny in 20 years.
Especially not since his death.
No, especially. I won't argue with that.
Highly overrated. But then again, look at Jay Leno. He's got millions of people watching his crap with that chin, you know. Keep your chin up, Jay. Absolutely lame, Jay Leno. Is there any debating that?
I'm not.
He was just in the right place at the right time.
That's right. And you still haven't seen that movie.
Look at Merv Griffin, for crying out loud. Look at all the money he made. He made billions of dollars. I thought you were going to play "I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts."
Okay. I will.
You will? Oh. Then I'm going back to bed, I promise.
The hell? Where's that coming from?
What is that?
Sure don't know where that's coming from.
That doesn't sound like Merv Griffin kind of music to me. Oh, yeah, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas in your ass.
Down at an English fair, one evening I was
That ain't Merv, though, is it?
When I heard
it is.
Shouting underneath the flare.
It's Freddie Martin Orchestra and Merv Griffin.
Who?
The Freddie Martin Orchestra.
Freddie Martin Band, yeah.
And Merv Griffin.
On Capitol Records, I believe. I could be wrong about that. And I don't care. Who cares?
Jimmy Crack Corn.
And I don't care. Time for the break, and I do care.
O'Neill! Grab the wood.
Hello, folks, and thank you, Ed. What's that? Ed McMahon isn't up here yet? Well, if you've seen him lately, you know it won't be long now. It's great to be up here in heaven, I'll tell you. It's better than the alternative. In fact, you know, it's so hot down there. I'm glad you asked that. It's so hot, they're thinking of renaming it Los Angeles. It's going to be a night like that, okay. How about this one? It's so hot down there. Uday and Hussein asked Hitler if they could borrow a couple of his thongs. I'll tell you, I'm having a great time here in heaven. Yesterday, I played golf with Bob Hope. Today, I'm playing tennis with Arthur Ashe. And tomorrow, I'm recording some tracks for Tupac's next album. Well, that's it for me. I have to go back to my room. St. Peter put me up in the Michael Jackson suite. Turns out Michael's not going to need it after all. Stick around, folks. There's more to come.
Oh, talk about hype, man. Talk about a guy that made millions and millions and millions based on hype. And now he's dead. Mm-hmm. What did he die from? Lung cancer or something like that? Smoking?
Yeah, I think ultimately.
All those faggots?
Right.
The Dow's down 273 points. Not a good start to the week. Grim. Oh, but it's a buying opportunity. It's a selling. Yeah, right. All you pitchmen there on CNBC, they ought to drop a bomb on that building. Wherever the hell they broadcast from, they ought to drop una bomba grande. Well, somebody informs me it's McDonald's National High School basketball tournament at the Bank United Center. Come support the young boys. Love, Bill Kamal. Oh. I wonder what she's doing now. Is she out? Didn't we have the story that she got out?
Yeah, we heard that story.
Who's she doing? I mean, what's she doing these days?
I don't know. Laying low? Or is that what he was doing before?
Mighty low. Oh, these, let's see. Oh, there it is. I hate when that red light goes out. It's going out. The bulb's going. But we don't need no engineer in here, I'll tell you that. I don't need the bulb. I can see the VU just fine. The needle's moving, it means the mic is on. If it's not, it's not. I'm going to go in and take a nap. When I come back, if there's a bag of money on the table, I'll know I have a partner. If it's not there, I'll know I don't. I just love that one. Well, I love all of it, but that one scene in particular, where he tells them about Mo Green. There's not a plaque.
Or a statue. Or a street.
I didn't get angry. I didn't ask any questions. I knew he was acting whatever he said. Talking loud. Speaking of talking loud, we were at the Red Lobster Friday night, having a really good meal. Clam chowder was great. What else did I get? Oh, I got some, like nachos with all kinds of good stuff in it. Anyway, there's a table kitty corner from us with about 8 people. Loud, I mean, laughing, but you'd think that they were the only ones that was in their home, you know what I mean? People, when you go out, learn a little bit of common sense, okay? I'm not saying you have to be real quiet and like, no, I'm not a party pooper altogether, but Jesus, God Almighty, quit acting like hyenas. You think that somebody had a feather up their ass or something, just screeching and carrying on.
Maybe they did.
Good God. You ever encounter that?
All the time.
People who are just way, way too loud and boisterous and out of control, who don't know how to act in public.
We have French Canadians down here, remember?
They're just obnoxious by nature. Don't blame them. They can't help it. That's their nature. They're frogs. Better you than us, though. I don't encounter any frogs here, thank God. I think they're in Ontario. We don't let them in. Probably in Ottawa. I bet you they got a lot. And I know they got them in Ottawa because what's the racetrack in Ottawa? Rideau Carleton, I think. They got a harness track in Ottawa. Once in a while, I'll watch the races from there for about 2 seconds. And the announcer announces most of it in English, but he'll throw in a few French phrases to pacify the frogs, too, you know. Don't you hate that?
A lot.
It's Ontario, baby. Speak it English. Speak it English. No speak it English. I'm sick of that. If I go to a foreign country, then I expect them to speak some other language. You go to Germany, you expect them to speak German. If you go to Belgium, you expect them to speak...
Belgish?
Yeah, Dutch or French. What kind of a country that doesn't have its own... All they got is Belgian waffles. They don't have their own cuisine. They don't have their own language. They're like a hybrid. Like a bastard from a basket. Well, everybody wants me to do this story. It was on our website already, so that to me makes it old news. But since there's nothing else going on today, and since I've got a real dearth of material here today, I would have thought, after the weekend, you build up a whole bunch of stuff, and Monday should be like rolling out of bed.
Right.
Like rolling off a log. But it's not. Out of sight, out of mind. And especially Friday with that race. Oh, that was so depressing. It's one thing, to get beat by a neck or whatever, give it a good shot. But it's another thing when your horse, although at least you didn't get left in the gate and was last by 80 lengths all the way around. That's really bad. That's the worst. He didn't fall down, but he might as well have. Nice going, Nick Zito. Never bet on a trainer whose last name is like a pasta. Right, Nick Zito?
Is that a rule? I should write it down.
Bake Nick Zito. I'd like to bake him after that performance. That was swill. Not that I'm a bad loser.
Driven by Royal.
I didn't lose any money on
Movie
it.
Magic now moving
but
up.
You had $80 up in the air.
Movie Magic there. Heads apart for the lead. Yankee Threads runs in third. Brominical is fourth. My boy JJ now back running in fifth. A four-length break.
Yeah. He's fumfing like Marty Adler now. Fumfing. John Imbrial, I think that is. At Aqueduct. You know John Imbrial?
No.
Weak. Meet Vince Shlomi. He's probably better known to you as the ShamWow guy. the ubiquitous TV pitchman who's been phenomenally successful peddling absorbent towels and food choppers. Shlomi, 44. It's S-H-L-O-M-I. How would you pronounce it? Shlomi or Shlomi? Huh?
I think you're doing a great job. Shlomi.
Shlomi, 44, was arrested last month on a felony battery charge following a violent confrontation with a prostitute in a South Beach hotel room. According to an arrest affidavit, Shlomi met Sasha Harris, 26, at a Miami Beach nightclub February 7th, and he subsequently retired with her to his $750 room at the lavish Setai Hotel. S-E-T-A-I. Am I saying that right? Setai Hotel?
The Storm leader. My boy JJ on the inside. Sinister Storm. My boy JJ. Sinister Storm by...
Shlomi told cops he paid Harris about $1,000 in cash after she propositioned him for straight sex. I can't imagine how she'd proposition him for, like, gay sex.
That's cute.
Shlomi said that when he kissed Harris, she suddenly bit his tongue and would not let go. Shlomi then punched Harris several times until she released his tongue. The affidavit notes that during the 4 a.m. fight, Harris sustained facial fractures and lacerations all over her face. She had a lacerated puss. After freeing his tongue, a bleeding Shlomi ran to the Setai lobby, where security summoned the cops. Harris refused to cooperate with officers who recovered $930 from her purse. Both parties, boy, that's $1,000. Well, that's a lot to pay, isn't it? $1,000?
Mm-hmm.
I never paid nobody $1,000. I've seen people I would pay $1,000, but I'm sure not interested. Both parties had a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from their persons, police reported in a brief telephone interview. Harris declined to answer TSG questions about her run-in with Shlomi. Who's TSG?
I don't know.
Well, that's whatever this is from. Though she did say she's considering a lawsuit against the pitchman. Asked if she worked as a hooker, Harris declined to comment, as seen in the below mugshot. See it? Shlomi was also injured during the fracas, and court records show was treated at Mount Sinai Medical Center. And he survived it. That's the best part. Boy, I guess he and I are the only two who ever got out alive from that joint. Remember my gallbladder operation at Mount Sinai?
Yep.
While Shlomi and Harris were both arrested for felony aggravated battery, prosecutors this month declined to press formal charges against the combatants. Police records list Shlomi's occupation as marketing, but make no mention of his affiliation with the ShamWow or Slap Chop, both of which sell for $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Oh, my God. What is this article from? Oh, The Smoking Gun. Oh, both of which sell for $19.95 plus shipping and handling. That is amusing. Don't you find that amusing?
It's
in
cute.
A news story?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't. Well, you're sour lately.
I am?
Yeah, you are. You're sour. You don't,
Whatever
ordinarily
you
would give it a little chuckle, a little smirkle at that. What?
Whatever you say.
I'm glad you had a good time at that thing, though. What was it?
Ultra.
Oh, and speaking of Belgium, boy, my psychic powers are kicking in again. A bilingual French-Dutch traffic sign in Brussels. Oh, somebody must have sent this after I talked about Belgium. Close to 60% of the country's population speaks Dutch as their primary language. Though the Dutch language version officially spoken in Belgium is almost identical with the one spoken in the Netherlands, it's often colloquially called Flemish. Oh, yeah. Flemish, like when you have a cold like I got today. Flemish. Oh, and I got one from Brandon here, and somebody's very upset about Brandon. Here it is. First, I'll read his, and then after the news. After the news. Oh, it's almost the top of the hour. Time for the news on QAM. Godfather will be on tonight, AMC at 8 p.m., then tomorrow at 4 p.m., followed by Part 2 at 8 p.m. Just what we need is more Godfather. Jesus, God. Although, you know something? Every time it's on,
what?
We watch it.
That's right.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain.
Rock solid.
Any questions?
This spring, some stations will give you cars. Some stations will give you cash. But this station is going to give you something that really counts. Because this station is going to give you a great body. Then is it. Just be the 10th caller when you hear this sound. and you'll win a membership in our free weight loss program. We'll send a station representative to your house to lock you in the bathroom for 2 or 3 months.
That's right.
All the water and toothpaste you can eat. Come July, you'll be looking sharp.
And you'll have the brightest smile on the beach.
This station accepts no responsibility for minor complications resulting from our weight loss program, like protein deficiencies, rickets, scurvy, or death.
Get ready for swimsuit season.
And don't forget to floss. Keep listening for your chance to win.
11:01 at QAM. You know, I haven't had one email about that thing that you went to this weekend that you were raving about was so great.
Yeah, raving. That's cute.
What was it called?
Nice pun. Ultra Music Festival.
Not one email. You were the only one from our circle of people who was there, I guess.
Okay.
Did you meet anybody there? Any of our audience?
Not that I know of.
Well, there you go.
Of course, I wasn't meeting and greeting. I was there with a throng of people of my own.
A throng?
Yes. A throng bathing suit.
What do you mean you were there with a throng?
I was there with people.
How many people did you... Who? I mean, I don't mean names, but...
Nobody you know. I was there with
I'm not asking for identities, but I'm just wondering, how many people did you take with you?
I only took one person with me, but I met up with people, and I was there with like 6 to 8 different people, depending on... You know...
6 to 8 different people?
Yeah, that was our group. More or less.
Yeah, but they weren't among the scantily clad, super hot, sweating, dripping people you were talking about.
Some.
Really?
But not, there was a very young demo there.
That's why I'm not getting any emails about
speaking, right.
Well, we don't have any new listeners because, how the hell could we get any? Nobody can hear the station and we don't do any promotion. But other than that, they never even came through with the trade out with the magazine that's going out of business,
Mm-hmm.
Remember that during that telephone conference? Oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and yeah, they don't do anything. They do nothing. And by the way, Fake Tom Jicka, quit sending me articles after I read them on the air. Yeah, this is the second time in a row he did one about the sham wow guy, and earlier, Irving R. Levine is dead, and yada, yada, yada. Maybe listen to the show would be good, Fake Tommy. Now, here's one from Fake Emailer.
Cute.
It says, hey, I've written some really good emails to you before and you completely ignore them. Must be really, really bad if I ignore them. They were fake, but at least I'm upfront about it. Why do you ignore funny emails like mine, but every day when Brandon feels like coming up with an asinine comment, you read it? Not even that, but you proudly yell out, oh, look, it's Brandon with an email. Who is this guy? His emails are neither interesting nor funny, and that voice of excitement you put on when you read his crap, oh, my God, he sucks. Oh, look, it's Brandon with another boring email. Time to see what 790 has on. And another thing, F. John Z. TR for admitting to writing fake emails. He's ruined it for all of us because at least before Neil wasn't sure if the emails were fake or not, but now you doubt everything. So in closing, F. Brandon, F. Somebody, I can't read it, and F. Rooster Train, or whatever the hell the other fake chronics are called. F. John Z. TR. How do you like that?
Yeah.
This guy basically says F everybody.
Yeah, F them all. I sent you some movies that John ZTR sent to us.
And you sent it to me on what?
In the mail.
Really?
Well,
what a guy.
I had Lee do it, actually.
Anything I ever heard of?
That Slumdog Millionaire I was telling you about. What else? I forget. A whole bunch of stuff. Turistas.
Turista?
Teeth. From Liz. Thank you, Liz. I was supposed to send you that a long time ago. Hope it works.
What do you mean by that?
You know how these things are. These
sometimes you can't see them, yeah.
Right.
They're like all...
Sent you that South Park and that Family Guy Fox News episode.
What is it that I'm watching? Oh, this is the racing channel. I don't want to be watching that. See, you got me going with the damn horse racing again. The audience doesn't care about it. The audience knows nothing about it. We don't have that crowd. We got the fake Lester Green shirt. That's about it. Now, let me ask you, when you come right down to it, who would remember Lester Green shirt?
Me.
That I'm talking about in the audience. I mean, that is really obscure.
Yeah.
Bill Calder would remember that, but he's still dead.
Michael Finkelstein?
No, Michael Finkelson is from Pompano Park days. He would know nothing about the thoroughbreds. Lester Green shirt was at Calder. Calder. Always wore that one green shirt. Lime green. Puce. And some hooker took him for every... Worse than the ShamWow guy. She took him for every dime he had. Some bitch. What guys will do for a piece of ass. Oh, my God. It's just scary. It's really scary. And how guys put up with nagging women. Oh, at Woodbine I see things and I hear things that just drive me insane.
Maybe they have children together.
Now, see, there you go again. Extrapolating the world with your own sad tale.
How else am I going to...
Here's another faker, Paul Smith. Stop your nonsense now. I said I would not email you again until you change your ways, but when I heard you attack Jay and then Johnny, well, sir, that was just too much. Sir, I see. Just because you're a self-hating gay Jew does not give you the right to attack two legends, L-E-D-G-E-N-S, two legends in the entertainment business. Until you shape up, do not expect any more help from me. I am done with you and your low-rated show. In his name, John 3:16. Sir.
Mm-hmm.
What do you go like? Mm-hmm. Like you're skeptical about that? That's not the real Paul Smith?
Right.
Well, here's Robert Feely, who was also, I think this may be the first time he gave his name out. Me. He usually signs just me. But now he has a name on here on the email address. Robert Feely. Neil, I used to work at the Red Lobster, and while I agree their clam chowder is to die for, you literally might die. They make it with gallons and gallons of heavy cream. I also love their fried shrimp. Love me. Yeah, well, they use just tons of butter and everything. Everything is...
Right. Most people do.
What?
That's one of those restaurant things we're not supposed to know about or talk about, is how much butter they actually put in everything. That's why it's good.
Because I had the steak Oscar with the asparagus and lobster meat on top and smashy potatoes.
That sounds good.
Oh, boy, was it ever good. Was it ever good. But, boy, you talk about butter. And, of course, when you eat a meal, it's like when you go to Ruth Chris, you don't tell them to hold the butter. And before long, there's a rumbling in your...
rectum.
Wow. And you need to find a magic room soon. Oh, by the way, you'll be pleased to know over the weekend I used both my new toilets, and they work just fine.
Yeah.
I guess they're water savers because, man, you just press that thing and just suck everything down, and it doesn't take long for the thing to fill back up again. It doesn't fill up all that much. It's amazing. Water saver. Well, what does that do for me? And this doesn't even give you the opportunity, if you flush first, to, look back and see, what you've left behind. You know what I mean? Do most people do that or not?
Flush first? Or look behind?
No, do they look back to see what they've deposited there?
Yeah, I'll confess.
Yeah, but now you press that thing, and by the time you stand up, everything's gone.
Yeah.
Which I guess is probably good. The Dow's down 282.
Year after year, decade after decade, we've seen problems papered over and tough choices kicked down the road, even as foreign competitors outpaced us. Well, we've reached the end of that road, and we as a nation cannot afford to shirk responsibility any longer. Now's the time to confront our problems head on and do what's necessary to solve them. We cannot and must not, and we will not, let our auto industry simply vanish.
But
this industry is like no other.
Let's get that Prius going, baby, and other versions thereof. That was an awesome automobile. I just freaked out.
Yeah.
The first one I got into, I'm taking a cab from that River Rock Casino back to the hotel in downtown Vancouver, and cab driver gets to a light and stops, and I felt like the cab stalled out,
Yeah.
Because it wasn't idling. It was just quiet. It was just sitting there.
It runs on electric most of the time when you're doing the urban driving.
Yeah. It was. And then the light changed to green, and Cabby, she hit the accelerator, and we took off again, and there we went. And I thought, holy crap. And then I started looking at that thing on the dash, that shows you all the doofus and the boofus.
Yeah.
Got all the...
It tells you...
Oh, here we go. Ben Schmiegel. Remember he was going away because he didn't like our eating on here?
Yeah.
He's going away. You're all going away. Yeah, they ought to take a lot of you away and don't bring them back. Ben Schmiegel. Oh, yeah, here's another thing about Lou Saban. We don't care about Lou Saban or Nick Saban. You should have heard what Mandich had to say about Nick Saban. It was great. It was some of Mandich's funniest stuff ever. It was great. On the NFL Network. Roger says, can you give us a Defo update? I need to know what's going on. Maybe you could do like a Defo update at the top of each hour, so I'll be sure to be tuned in. I really don't care about the rest of your show. Thanks, says Roger Kaputnik. Yeah. Roger Kaputnik. My ass. Nobody cares about Defo and his .3. You'd think there'd be a lot. I guess this is the lull before the storm, because Thursday we got the trend coming 10 a.m., 2/3 of the winter book, and then next Monday is the big changeover at 9:40. Sports, sports, sports. Isn't that great?
It's awesome.
Are you going to be tuned in?
I'm going to tune in with 2 radios.
And how come we haven't got official word of the new lineup next week? You know, the real Tom Jicka, the real Barry Jackass, you guys are really floundering. Dennis in Traverse City, Michigan says, as a traveling salesman who dines alone frequently while on the road, I run across the loud, raucous laughter quite frequently. Middle-aged women are the worst offenders. It seems though there's a contest for the loudest high-pitched laugh. Very annoying, inconsiderate behavior. Amen, Dennis. Geez, I mean, there's other people around. Keep it down to a dull roar, for crying out loud. Try to, control yourself and quit acting like a bunch of silly-ass school kids. And he's right. It's mostly the women. You think that somebody had 40 feathers in their ass. Cut the crap, sweetie.
Oh, Neil. Oh, God.
The entertainment is over today. Time for the Big O. We're not talking about women. He just doesn't get it. Only sports. Nothing but sports. We all get moist over Bill Parcells. The Big O. Disconnected from reality. Sports. Yes, yes.
Yes, Big O. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Oh, Orlando. Yes, yes. Sports.
Yes, 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 yes. The Big O. Still wagging the big foam finger of a failed format nobody wants to hear. Start with the strong open. Here's Van Gundy. That was Van Gundy and Ted Bundy. What a game. What a game.
11:18 at 560 WQAM. Hey, we got the big coming up at 2 o'clock, whether you like it or not. You think they like it?
No.
No, don't answer.
Oh.
It was a rhetorical question.
Okay, good.
400 votes on the poll. I hate this poll. I can't stand it. You like it?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
I hate getting old because, when most of the above wins, 91, what's the question, 75? Poll sucks. I forget who sent it, nor do we care. Yeah, how come you're always raving about Brandon? Because when Brandon says an email, usually it's something worthwhile.
Right.
We've got, 3 or 4 people out there who send stuff in, and when we see that's from them, we know it's going to be worth using.
Actually responds to something that we say, answers a question that we want to know something about.
But as the rest of the guys,
Complaints and critiques.
Now Boz, Florida, here's another good guy, Boz. He sends me most of the obituaries, way ahead of everybody else. He's on the death watch. And he sent this from Oakdale, California. The fundraising idea may seem a little nuts, but it's Oakdale. Oakdale's annual Testicle Festival is always a big hit. On Monday, volunteers with the town's Rotary Club, meaning today, plan to fry up 400 pounds of the private parts of bulls and serve them to diners who pay $50 apiece for the sit-down meal. The event, whose proceeds also benefit the Oakland Cowboy Museum, has drawn an average of 450 people and last year raised $28,000. Now, it says Oakdale, California, but it says it benefits the Oakland Cowboy Museum. Is Oakdale in part of Oakland, a suburb or something? I never heard of Oakdale.
No.
No?
No, never heard of it.
Oh. It's common practice on cattle ranches for young male bovines to be castrated into steers, which after the initial loss eventually makes them more docile and easier to handle. Just like horses, geldings. Geldies. Fans love the delicacy, also referred to as mountain oysters, and they come from all around the state. According to Rotarians, everyone who buys a ticket is guaranteed to have a ball. Ah, ha, ha. Whoa!
Hey, funny.
Yeah. Oakdale, California. Somebody will tell me what that's all about.
It's in the middle of Nowheresville, California.
Is it?
It's like northeast of San Jose, but very northeast, like east of.
But it's not
Manteca.
near Oakland?
What?
It's not near Oakland?
It's way east of there, way inland of Oakland.
Way east of there?
Yeah, east to the right. Like it's in the middle of the state.
I see.
Oakland's on the coast.
Like Sacramento.
More or less. Southeast of there.
I see. I don't really care. I'm never going to be going there. I do like Sacramento, though.
You're not going to be going there for them oysters?
No.
And mountain oysters?
I have one thing to anybody who eats bull balls, okay?
You fairy.
That's what I have to say to you. Here's a guy in Fort Lauderdale. Blake. And Blake sends me a whole bunch of photos of two of the most obnoxious subhumans on the face of the globe, Jeb Bush and Richard Quest.
Wow. For your collection?
In 2002, I photographed a Florida trade delegation to London. While there, Richard Quest interviewed Jeb. Afterward, I had lunch with Richard and his video crew where I had half-hour conversation with him. Just a regular guy with a shtick. As you understand, he's very different on and off the air. How does he know I understand that?
Cute.
Personally, I like his shtick. It's great compared to the dullard regulars at CNN. See the attached photos. Blake Sperlin from Sperlin Photography in Fort Lauderdale. Well, thanks, Blake. There's Richard Quest with a big microphone with a big furry cozy on it. Yeah, I'd put a big cozy on it, too, before I'd stick it in Jeb Bush's puss. The unctuous, fat-ass Jeb Bush. The wildly popular governor. Have you noticed that all our governors in Florida, no matter how much of a bozo they are, the wildly popular Charlie Limper's Quist?
Yes.
And Jeb Bush, a crook if there ever was one, very popular.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, everybody's getting smeared and schmeared, baby.
Assist the workers, communities, and regions that rely on our auto industry.
Maybe if GM made some cars that somebody wanted to buy and was practical for the times in which we live, maybe they wouldn't be going on the verge of bankruptcy.
And together with Labor Secretary Solis and my auto task,
Alex Solis,
Ed will help provide support to auto workers and their families and open up opportunity to manufacturing communities in Michigan and Ohio and Indiana.
I still can't get over that one horse in the second race on Friday. That was a dismal performance. That was deflating. You know, over the years, I've had enough losers like everybody else, but my God, to just stop to a walk, while the rest of the field went zooming by, and when the race was over, I'm sitting here watching, where the hell is he? Oh, here he comes, like about 10 seconds later. Weren't you depressed?
Yeah, well, it's all fun.
Ben Schmiegel says, Dear Pig Rogers, I'd like to share a technique that was taught to me in etiquette school. Whenever you are eating, always pretend that there's a panel of judges watching you. Here's more life instruction. Do this, do that, bop, 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 bop. This way it ensures that you put on the best behavior possible. I don't care what you say, but believe it or not, when you eat like a slob, it makes you look low class. I don't care whether it makes me look low class. Maybe I am low class. How do you like that? Well, maybe I'm just a fat old slob fag, huh?
That explains that clothes.
Yeah, that's right. I don't care. See, one thing about me all my life, and this is the emis, I don't live my life to impress other people.
You don't?
Feel free to use this technique in all aspects of life, and you'll see it will improve everything you do. Take pride in everything you do. This is a motto we learned early on in etiquette school. Etiquette school, my God.
Oh, you fairy.
One last thing to say. I'm usually not grossed out by your fart humor, but you said something yesterday that made me gag. You farted in your chair, and then you said you had farted deep into the chair. I don't know what it was, but the way you described it, I pictured the fart molecules being embedded in the fabric of the chair, and that imagery had me gagging. Well, good. Puke your guts out, Ben Schmiegel. Mr. Etiquette. This is another John ZTR. It's got to be.
Sure.
Sure. Ben Schmiegel, my ass. Dear Pig Rogers, Keep them coming, though, John ZTR. You're really slipping lately. I like a lot more of those instructional, life instruction and show instruction and critiques and what's the other one? Complaints and critiques.
That's right.
How can we call in with our complaints if you won't take any calls? Call Joe Bell and complain to him. Whine. Whine. Do the South Florida whine. And see if you get any reaction from Fat Ass Joe.
Executives and their families should be executed with piano wire around their necks. My greatest hope.
I've had enough with rich white guys that hide behind their tailored suit and ties. When they get caught raping us and act indignantly, I say take the baseball bat and break their legs and knees and start with Let's tie piano wire around the CEOs. Slice them with a knife from their belly to their nose. Let's tie piano wire around the CEOs and cut off the nuts for stealing from us. Make the fat cock squeal and tie piano wire around the CEOs.
I'm looking for all the CEOs' names, kids, where they live, etc.
Once and for all, let's penalize these gonnet schmucks whose mouths are filled with lies. Let's pull out their nails and wrap their entrails around the Christmas tree and tie these Eucharistic CEOs with piano wire.
If the government can't do this properly, we the people will take it in our own hands and see that justice is done.
Strip the bacon and devour their flesh. 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 Strip the bacon and devour their flesh.
Wow. Sounds like a good idea for that thing you went to this weekend. What was it called?
Ultra. The Ultra Music Festival.
Yeah, Ultra. Why can't I remember that? Because I'm ultra old?
Maybe.
Ultra senile? Maybe because I got this ultra bad cold.
That could be, too.
I just went in my bedroom and got me a nice clean hanky so I can sit and blow my snot into it.
Yeah.
God. No, I'm serious. A cold is, to me, a cold is one of the most annoying things in life.
No question.
I mean, it's not fatal. You're not going to die from a cold, although you can get pneumonia and die. Lots of old farts get pneumonia and die, but generally a lot older than I am. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not like ancient yet. Although one day I'll be sitting here talking a lot of crap, and I will be ancient. I'll still be on the air somewhere. Because I'm going to have to work until I croak. And you know something? Why not?
Why not? What else you got to do? Like Paul Harvey.
Exactly. Well, what else am I going to do? I'm going to do a Joyce here in a minute. In fact, maybe before the break.
Wow.
Well, it just, that Ben Schmiegel, whatever his name is.
Well, look on the bright side, because, a lot of older people have a problem with that.
You mean that have a bag?
No, just joicing.
You mean they can't, like my mother?
Right.
Well, I always told her that I would make up. I used to make up for her inability by doing the opposite.
You'll take all the crap she can.
Oh, I am a crapper, man. Believe you me. I always say when you're full of it, it comes out easy, and that's me. I am a crap meister. I still was thinking about that thing we talked about last week about going into a public tea room and you hear the sound. I mean, good God, if it's that hard to take a dump, time to blow your brains out, okay?
Listen, what I heard in the room over here months ago, I don't know if it was a person with difficulty or just having a really good time.
Really?
One or the other. Woo. It was not clear which.
I see. That's annoying. And like when you walk into a really filthy public tea room.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be filthy, but it's just, there are guys crapping in there, and you walk in, it smells like crap in here,
Yeah,
of course.
coincidence?
That's what people are doing for crying out. What do you expect it to smell like?
Crapping out loud. That's what that guy was doing.
That was down 293. Oh, it's going to be a bad day on Wall Street. Maria B. has written in for obvious reasons. Because her premature exuberation, whatever that means, exuberance, her premature celebration about the market, yada, she's full of crap. The real one and the fake one. Now, how do you know it's the fake Maria B? How do you know it's not the real one? Well, you remember Ted David used to call in. He said that everybody there used to listen to my show.
Right.
And they were obviously listening online, so they could still be listening online.
Right.
And let me say it again, in case they are listening online, I hate all you people, and you all ought to be on death row. You're a bunch of grave robbers. You're selling crap to the public. You're putting lipstick on Schmidt. Oh, lipstick on a turd. Remember that song by Connie Francis, Lipstick on a Turd? Remember that?
Yeah, sure. It was a great song.
I heard. Baron Fitz says the story about the ShamWow. We're starting to develop some crap here today. Good.
Good.
Because we were off to a really desperate start. Yeah. MGM Records, Connie Francis. Could she belt out the hits or what? She had a lot of big hits.
She had a lot.
Maybe she had big hits.
Tips,
yeah. Pips. Remember Wally Pip?
Hey, no, I never did.
CFL Chicago, what?
You know, somebody gave me a ticket and I didn't check it. Like for when we weren't going to be there. It's in my wallet.
Yeah. I can tell you the result.
Okay.
Was this from Gulfstream?
Yeah. Some guy handed me a ticket and you said, well, don't tell anybody.
Right.
And so I didn't. I put it in my wallet, but then I forgot to check it. Well, I had a busy weekend.
Wait a minute. Gulfstream Park charts. Here we go. Charts. From Friday the 27th. Okay,
right.
What race is it?
Race 5.
Yeah. Race 3, race 4. Okay, what you got?
The one horse.
Oh.
It was like 20-1 or something.
47-1. Whoever gave you that was a joke.
Well, they spent $10 on it for their joke.
They gave you a $10 ticket?
Yeah.
If that horse would have won, it would have paid about $100 to win. You'd have gotten $500 back. He ran fourth by...
Yeah, winner place. That's what that means, right? WP?
Yeah, and he ran fourth. You don't get nothing for fourth.
Oh, well.
The 8-horse won the race. The Chalk. Chalk won it.
Thanks, guy.
Gran Estreno with Abarcoa. Fully extended. Now, what does it say about your one horse? What's the comment? Wait a minute. What race was this?
5.
Race 5. One horse. No late response. Not that far back, though, for a price like that. Finished about 4 or 5 lengths behind the winner. 47-1, the second longest shot on the board. And what do they tell you? That this was a tip or something? This was...
some guy dressed like... not like a schlepper.
Deadbeat. Yeah.
No, not like a schlepper. Was wearing one of them Panama hats, He said that was his horse.
Oh, he owned it.
Or something.
Oh, here he comes. My left ear just opened up.
Wow.
Oh, hallelujah.
Bejarano takes round 1.
Oh.
And keeps the winning streak going.
God, is he ugly. Rafael Bejarano. He's a great jockey, but man, is he ugly.
By 3 lengths, changing is giving a game chase from second, but no chance of getting to Hoist the Sail today. Hoist the Sail gives Rafael
the great Trevor Denman. Anybody who knocks him, I used to knock him. I didn't like him. I thought his style was bizarre, but he's great. Trevor Denman. You like him?
Who?
Race caller at Santa Anita.
Oh, that guy.
The one, he's from South Africa.
Never heard of him.
Trevor Denman?
Never heard of him.
Get out of here. He's the tops. He's the top. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Baron Fitz. I started reading this and I never got to it. What did you interrupt me with? Something very important.
My horse.
Oh, yeah, your horse. Well, he's still running. He came in fourth, but at 47-1, that was a good deal. What did you have, $10 to win in place?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
You'd have had about a $700-800 ticket there, mister,
wow.
if that thing would have won.
Oh, well.
At least $600 anyway.
Didn't cost me.
Didn't cost you a dime. That's a nice shot at a 47-1. It's enough to make you feel really bad. If it would have been like even money and you would have gotten back like, $20, well, big deal. But a 47-1 shot, who only missed by about 4 or 5 lengths.
Oh, well.
And you notice how Ron, what's his name?
Silver?
No, Ron, what's his name? That does the handicapping? Nicoletti. Lengths. He says lengths. By 5 lengths. It's a New York thing. He's very New Yorky. He's a really New Yorky kind of guy. Oh, I think he did pick the winner in that race, in the second race, the 3. Chalk.
Well, there you go.
I hate chalk. I'm not going to keep betting chalk.
Good. Don't.
If you want chalk, go eat it. Baron Fitz says the story about the ShamWow guy was funny and refreshing. It seems like every time a major celebrity like Shloime gets busted for something sexual, it's always some gay crap. Finally, one of my heroes gets busted for having sex the God-intended way between a man and a female prostitute.
No more sucking, please.
I don't know about this bit.
Sally Fitz, when her batteries quit, Rick and Suds, when they're pulling their cuts, Joey blows. That most everyone knows. That's just great radio. Larry King with that bald spot thing, and there's Jim. We know what Neil thinks of him. Randy Rhodes, when she speaks of her nose. That's just great radio. Management, they're all bent on just running the show, but they're just a bag of rancid douchebags, I know.
Uh-oh.
They don't even know when to go. So when Neil gets to bitching, it's just what we're wishing for. And so, as we all hear the show, make a call. And if you have the call, talk to Neil. And I'm sure you will feel that Neil is God. A big dripping wad of just great radio.
Wow. Well, there was only one thing in there, right?
What? I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it. Did you?
No, what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
14 to noon at 5:60. You know, it just, these people get so carried away with such nonsense. It's just ridiculous.
Hazarai.
So I'm not going to sit on the edge of my seat. Oh, gee, he said this. You know, blow it out your ass, Joyce. We're sick and tired of your crap. And if we're going to have to sit back and wait for Clarence to go to bat for us, got a long wait. Oh, no. Oh.
Que paso?
I just almost dropped the email on the floor. That's bad.
You don't want to do that.
Did you send me a fax?
No.
No, neither did anybody else. I'm just hearing things.
What?
Well, yeah, you see now that my ear opened, it closed back up again, of course.
Well, my ears are ringing, so don't feel bad.
They're ringing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's from that thing you went to this weekend.
2 days of comforting, yes.
2 days of it?
Yeah, it was Friday and Saturday, all day, both days.
And you went both days?
Yeah, good bands, both days.
No, you went to see All the Naked People.
That just happened to be going on
George
at the
was
same
telling me
time.
about all the hot young guys there.
You would have really liked it. You would have gone blind or passed out or both.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have reached out and touched someone.
Listen, if you had gone to the Moby performance, you wouldn't have had to have reached out.
Yeah.
All right? It was body to body.
I'll be danged.
Yeah. You probably
well, I'll take your word for it. The fake Doug says, got in my car, heard that jerk taking a shot at us fake emailers. Now see here, I resemble those remarks. Oh. Tell him to stick his radio up his rear and see if it sounds better from that perspective. And what's that about George watching a G-string at a concert? Wearing a G-string. Let him wear whatever he wants as long as he watches Pineapple Express.
I watched it. I saw it at the movies.
And?
It was not funny. The first scene was very funny, and then I should have just gotten up and left and smoked some dope. Would have had a much better time.
Well, what is it?
It's one of those bromance movies. It's a weed/bromance.
Bromance.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Very good.
That's like buddy cop movies.
Yeah. Oh, I would say.
Bromance.
Not funny. Not funny. That's the bottom line. Just not funny. Those Seth Rogen movies are not as funny as they want to be, and this is the worst of all.
Oh, here's one from Abdul Kaboom. Bet only on Arabian stallions if you know what's good for you. Sinister laugh. Ha, ha, ha. Your master Abdul. Abdul Kaboom. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Kaboom, kaboom.
Smelly Arab. Well, let's see. Here's one. The DJ at the center of a club brawl involving Paris Hilton. Do we care about this? I don't care about her or anything to do with her.
No, not really. I mean, if it kills some time, go ahead. But
well, I'll put him at the bottom of my pile. Yeah. It's at the bottom of my pile. We don't care about Paris freaking Hilton. Talentless bitch. Her claim to fame is she inherited a lot of money. Oh, your friend Hawk Mark. He went to the races Saturday.
Yeah.
He says, I had a great day at the races Saturday. Like George, I used to see it on TV 1 to 3 times a year during the Triple Crown, but I'm hooked. In fact, I'm afraid of its effect on my bank account. I started learning how to read the daily racing form, buyer speed numbers, sires, dam sires, etc. What's dam sires?
I don't know.
I didn't win on Saturday. I actually came out even. If you don't count the beers and food, but I really had a great time. Won some and lost some. I wet my beak, and I want more. I wet my beak. How/where do you bet races at other tracks when the season of Gulfstream comes to an end? Online? ? No, you don't bet online. I mean, you could, I guess. You could open an account online, but then I don't know. You go to whatever track is open, and you bet the simulcasts. Calder, Gulfstream, whatever's open. I don't know if Gulfstream is open for just simulcasting when their meet ends. Do we know that?
I don't know.
Well, we ought to know it.
But just Steve will tell us.
Says, thanks for getting me into this. Hank tried when he was on the air, but I would just tune out. P.S. We should know who's taking over the morning slot by this upcoming weekend. Don't know when it's going to be made public. Probably right before 9:40 switches over. See you at the races. Not. That's your buddy, Mark Hawk.
My best close personal friend.
Yeah. You said you met him and he was a nice guy.
He was a very nice guy.
Do you think this is the real guy?
No.
Oh. Well, why not?
Just because I don't.
You don't believe anybody's the real guy.
That's right.
You could send it yourself, and I'd say, do you think this is the real George Rodriguez? No.
It won't be.
Don't think so, no.
If I send it,
no.
It won't be the real me.
You're such a skeptic. I just can't, I don't have the strength to argue with that. Of course, if I get a real scratchy throat, then I'll be out sick tomorrow.
Don't do that.
Well, I'm just telling you. I need to take it easy. Take it easy. Real low-key, quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Not all hysterical. Rafiq says, Jim said last week that when his contract is up in a year and a half, that this is it. Also, he said many times after the election that he'll fully support him and wants him to succeed, meaning our president. He's not a right-wing idiot like a lot of other people are saying, says Rafiq. Well, they're just tired of those right-wing politics. I don't know what he says because I don't listen. Oh, geez, Neil, you don't support your station by listening to the other shows. No, I don't listen to any shows. I do not listen to the radio. I listen to 680 News.
Yeah.
And over the weekend, I punched up, I told you that City Pulse took over 1050 CHUM on the AM dial. They're simulcasting City Pulse. And I punched up a couple of times over the weekend.
Sacrifice, whether it be work.
It doesn't translate. It doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You're just simulcasting a TV thing that's got a lot of video features and stuff, and the weather in the upper right-hand corner, and shows all the highways, the traffic in the bottom. I mean, this is what goes on in a real city, in a real place. All you people peddling South Florida all the time. I mean, South Florida doesn't even have a full-time news station, not even one, much less two. Not one. Not a news station. Much less a news TV station. What?
Gulfstream is open for simulcasting after their season is over in late April.
That's what I figured. Oh, and next weekend, Woodbine opens Thoroughbreds. Oh, the pressure. Didn't we bet on a couple of Woodbine races last year?
Not that I recall.
Yes, we did. See, you don't recall well. Yes, we did.
Well, then I'll take your word for it, but I don't remember.
No, because you're just a beginner. You're a rank beginner.
A noob.
Hawk Mark better turn to somebody else for instruction if he's going to,
Ain't going to learn nothing from me. About horse racing, that is.
I feel really bad that I didn't get to go to the thing this weekend. What is it?
Ultra?
The Ultra, yeah.
You would have passed out.
Really?
I think so. You would have gone blind or passed out.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe I would have had a good time.
You would have had a great time.
Maybe I would have grabbed a couple of...
Listen, I didn't see anybody that didn't look like they were having a great time. No one.
Everybody was happy.
Happy, smiling.
An aberration in South Florida. Everybody was happy with a smile on their puss.
That's right.
The fake Craig Worthing says, this is the guy that called in a while back and told you that one should use Joyce's name to replace the word that starts with an S, meaning human waste. Yeah, he told us to do that, right?
Sure, yeah. Thank you for that.
Well, I was thinking to myself that Joe Bell should be memorialized in such a way as well. Mr. Bell's name should be used to replace the word fart. Soon enough, management is going to ban you from saying the word fart anyway, so why not be ahead of the curve? Here's an example. Boy, I just laid a Joe Bell, and it smells so bad I think I may have joiced my pants. Anyways, just trying to help, Neil. Good day to you, sir. Sincerely, Craig Worthing. Wonder what ever happened to Craig Worthing. Is he on the air somewhere now?
I don't know. I thought you guys were still in touch.
He run away with his Chinese husband, or whatever happened?
I'm sure Mr. Radio will tell you.
Yeah, Mr. Radio will know, although he's blocked. Several people blocked on there, and thank God for that.
Got to find a new library to email you from now.
Mr. Radio. And all his... I'm not going to go into it. I just get angry. Angry, furious.
Don't get mad.
Like the Twitter. Just check the Twitters, okay, Mr. Radio. And you laugh, but the fact that our buddy Flea is twittering, that just...
Listen, it's the new thing, so all these up-to-date people are doing it, not us old farts, but they are.
It's pathetic. Oh, I'm listening to Neil rip me on the air right now. I'm taking a big dump right now.
It ain't for me. I want the opposite of Twitter.
And what's that, Twitter?
Yeah, there you go. A website that hides what you're doing at any given moment, rather than telling everybody what you are doing.
Support the Center for Immigration Studies by donating online here. No, I'll pass. Sorry. How do you like that? That's my latest entry on the emails. Neil at neilrogers.com, by the way. We could sure use a lot more really meaningful crap today.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
Do you ever wish that your family and friends knew their Bible verses better? Well, I have the answer to your prayers. From the makers of You Sank My Martyr comes a game the whole family can enjoy. Crucifixion. Crucifixion is not just fun to play, but it forces everyone to know their Bible. And it's easy to play. First, someone picks a word or phrase from the Bible, and the rest of the group takes turns trying to spell it. But be careful. If you pick a wrong letter, your little Jesus doll gets nailed.
I'll take a guess. How about a K?
Nope. Sorry, Billy.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
After 3 nails and 1 spear to the chest, everyone loses. But don't worry, in 3 days you can play again. So run down to your local Crucifixion toy store and grab up your very own copy of Crucifixion. Why not play tonight? Comes with a small Jesus doll, nails, and a tiny spear. Fake blood, wooden cross, and hammer not included. Crucifixion, a product of Trinity Brothers.
1201 at QM. What's this?
I'm going to go with B, Sunny. Absolutely right. Good try. Phone for 200.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Why is that on?
I don't know.
How did I get on WGN?
I don't know.
Must be magic. Well, it must be like freaking magic. I thought we were doing the racing channel. Oh, it's race 1 at the Meadows. It's the Meadows. Let me go back to CNN and cut the crap. Enough with the racing stuff. Mark Hawk is just trying to encourage me to do a lot of racing stuff because he knows it's a gigantic tune-out.
Probably.
I'm sure that Dan LeBastard put him up to it because he hates horse racing. Here's some of the worst news in the history of the human race. Just got out of my car when you were talking about Connie Francis. Well, here's some useless information. They're making a movie about her life, and guess who's playing her?
I don't know, Brittany.
Worse. Larry sends me this information. Ruined my day, by the way.
Worse than Brittany? Paris Hilton.
Worse.
God, how much lower can you go?
Think boat accident.
Natalie Wood.
No.
Gloria Estefan.
Yes. Gloria Estefan playing Connie Francis? You've got to be schmitting me.
Who's going to play the young Connie Francis?
The young Gloria Estefan.
How
do I know?
She could play Connie Francis now.
Yeah, I wish she would. Well, Connie Francis isn't dead. Is she?
No, but I'm sure she's old.
Oh, yeah. Old and probably in a booby hatch in a nut house. She had some issues, like that. Probably too many of those Frankie Avalon movies with Annette Funicello. Was she in those movies in Fort Lauderdale? I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Remember those?
Yep.
Where she just sang the music. Where the boys are. At the Marlin Beach Hotels where the boys were. Fort Lauderdale used to be so
gay.
And then, of course, they got all upset about that. They didn't want any young people there. No spring break, no nothing. We want all the old people to sit around and die in peace. George Lopez enters the talk show wars. Oh, how exciting. Joey Bishop, Dick Cavett, and Pat Sajak all tried to challenge the legendary Johnny Carson's supremacy, all fell short. Joan Rivers lasted less than 8 months as host of a Fox show. Chevy Chase lasted less than 8 weeks on his Fox entry. Even in recent years, when late-night shows are all over the cable, few make a dent in the ratings or even in the public consciousness. So does comedian and former sitcom star George Lopez believe he can overcome those challenges and put on a talk show people will talk about? To paraphrase a slogan Lopez heard plenty last year when he traveled a campaign trail as one of Barack Obama's supporters, yes, he does. You know what I'm thinking?
No, he can't?
No, he won't. But you know me, I'm so negative. I hate everybody.
Right.
I believe that the audience is more diverse, less represented than it's ever been, he said in a phone interview, noting that though it's been 20 years since the African-American performer Arsenio Hall launched his late-night show, late night remains the preserve of generally white male comedians. Remember Arsenio sitting on the edge of the couch like he was going to fall on the floor?
Yep.
And the audience doing their, hoo, 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 hoo. Wow. I could make a comment about that, but I won't. It's not even about black and white anymore because so many people are from mixed backgrounds and mixed ethnicities. It's just a great time to be able to pull all that together. Yeah, pull this, George Lopez. Lopez show, who will air on TBS beginning in November, is no stranger to talk shows. He was on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, and he admires David Letterman and Bill Maher, among others. Well, how do you like that? I admire Brian Sears and Brad Kramer, but I'm not going to go out and drive harness horses. I mean, what does that mean? Because he admires them. But he thinks the Lopez show will bring some fresh energy to late night. TBS, like CNN, is a unit of Time Warner. Well, this is from the fake Tom Jicka. The comedian says he already has big plans to make his show distinctive from its more open setting to Lopez's determination to make the audience a key part of the show. Oh, yeah. That sure worked out well for us. Remember those appearances at Specs and those places?
Yeah.
When, remember that?
Uh-huh.
And we tried to get people to come up and say something, and did that work out well or what?
No.
No. Not good. Not good. Now, let me see if these emails are going to continue pouring in. They've been trickling. The Dow's down 270. Not good. Nicht gut. Justin says, turn the volume. What is this about? Oh, it's got a link to something. Turn the volume way down, not off before watching the video. 550 horsepower rotary motor in a Suzuki Samurai, eighth a mile going 150 miles an hour. Why do I care about this? Turn the volume way down.
Don't know.
I won't get to the volume because I just deleted it.
Good plan.
It was a link. A link. Oh, gee, and I just deleted Juan Betancourt, whoever he is.
Oh, no.
Somebody I had blocked, yeah.
That's a crazy Christian guy.
Is it?
Yeah, he calls, he emails.
Oh, that's,
There's no fact in the church.
him.
Probably.
Yeah.
Most likely. That's who I think that is, yes.
Well, he's been around a long time, and I just deleted his message because he was blocked.
Right.
And the blocked ones go in the deleted thing, and then when I delete them,
volumes,
they just vanish.
long, ponderous emails about you got to read this and you got to read that, and it's just unacceptable to him that we don't agree with his horse crap.
I see. And you think he's serious?
He's a nut. He's a serious nut. He's a serious religious fanatic, faggot nut.
Oh, speaking of that, they had Reverend Fred Phelps on last night in some documentary I was watching.
Speaking of that,
God hates faggots. God hates faggots.
Yeah, well, that's what you are, Fred.
Oh my God, he talk about sick, demented. I don't know why they just don't take him out
to lunch.
I don't mean take him out for lunch. Just take him out permanently,
to dinner.
you know, like that.
Take him fishing.
Yeah,
Fredo
like Fredo. Like Fredo. Hey, Fredo. A few more Hail Marys will do it, sweetie.
Hail Mary, full of
crap. The religious stuff just, it just won't go away. The brainwashing job is so spectacular, it's just amazing. The things that people do. Well, we already had Ash Wednesday, and when we were in Red Lobster Friday, and we had to stand online for 35, 40 minutes, or at least wait online. We sat. But I got a great revelation from John, who told me the reason it was so busy in Red Lobster Friday night is because it was the beginning of Lent.
I see.
And people don't eat meat during Lent. Is that correct?
They give something up. So maybe a lot of people give
up meat. I guess if I would have been at Ultra over the weekend, I wouldn't have done that.
No. They had a lot of meat on a stick.
Really?
Yeah, I had like 3 kebabs.
I might have tried to stick it. Richard Mullins in the Tampa Tribune writes, if you see pennies laying on the ground in Tampa this week, and I don't think we have any Tampa listeners, but nevertheless, if you see pennies laying on the ground in Tampa this week, pick them up. Chi-Chi's Pizzeria this morning scattered 1 million pennies around sidewalks in the U.S., specially marked with a sticker worth a free meal at Chi-Chi's. Do you ever hear of Chi-Chi's, C-I-C-I?
No.
I never heard of it. This is the first time we've done a PR stunt like this, and we're really excited, said Craig Moore, president of Chi-Chi's Pizza. It attracts attention from the oddness as much as anything, but it links very closely with the value part of our brand and the fun nature of our brand. It attracts attention from the oddness. Well, what does that mean, the oddness? Is that like the gayness?
Yeah.
That the Reverend's always talking about brings out the gayness? Uh-oh. Everybody's blowing it today.
Yup.
If this campaign works well enough, anytime anyone sees a penny anywhere, they'll think about Chi-Chi's, coupon or not, Moore said. Thus emerges the latest round of what's becoming a golden age of advertising stunts, kicked off in February by Denny's giving away Grand Slam meals to whoever came to their restaurants on a given day. Millions of people showed up. Millions of schnorrers. Companies love such advertising stunts, especially given the weak economy and the scattered attention span of Americans. Compared to mainstream advertising, they tend to be cheap, fun, and build a brand name. And best of all, the best stunts show up on local TV news. Case in point, Kentucky Fried Chicken started a stunt in recent days in Louisville where people could spot a pothole in the road called KFC, which would send a private road crew out to fix it and place a temporary KFC logo on the patch, refreshed by KFC. The stunt didn't really have anything to do with chicken. However, it worked, said Scott Something, an assistant advertising professor at the University of South Tampa. The story showed up in local news across the nation, and the free publicity is worth millions. Well, bring those KFC people to Toronto, man. We got a lot of potholes to fill. God, potholes here are really, really bad. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but you know what? I am. Bad potholes.
Yeah.
Did you ever go over potholes and it felt like the whole suspension of your car was just going to, like, fall apart?
All the time.
Do you?
Yep. No, I haven't lately, but when I lived up north.
Yeah. The bad winters make for bad potholes. And then, of course, there are bad people who are maybe like not potholes, but ass clowns.
Ass pots.
12 minutes past noon at QAM. We've got a...
Neil, God. Take your coat and shove it. I ain't gonna worship him no more. I've had enough of all the primitive fairy tales and folklore. I'm getting tired of giving money away to all the Christian corporate whores. You can take your coat and shove it.
Oh.
I ain't worshiping him no more. Well, I was a Christian, soldier of God, believer all these years. All that time I followed every word of the scriptures written by queers.
You fairy.
Get your keys, say he's a powerful God and an all-knowing in a mighty way. Except in 9/11 when he must have been gone on a busman's holiday. Take your God and shove it.
Rectum.
I ain't gonna worship him no more. Shove that you're alright if you're with us, 'cause everybody else is wrong. And I'm getting tired of watching people die in the name of an invisible Lord. So take your God and shove it.
Absolutely.
I ain't worshiping him no more.
No.
Take your God and shove it.
Oh.
I ain't worshiping him no more.
Neil, God.
12:17 at 560 WQAM. Here's George.
What's
well,
up?
I tell you, you feel really logy when you got a cold, you know?
Oh, I know.
No energy. Feel like I could just lay back in a chair and maybe I'll do it during one of the breaks.
Start smoking some crack.
Pass out.
Pass out pennies?
You know, speaking of the God Squad, they say God is everywhere. I wonder if God is in your...
Rectum.
I bet you God is up there in your colon.
He's everywhere he wants to be.
That's right. Up your ass. Boy, the Lord is all over the place, and he sure works in mysterious ways. Well, here's quite... And I'll tell you, let me tell you who I also put in the same category with Brandon as far as a really good emailer is Cliff and Kendall.
Okay.
He sends a lot of really good stories, huh?
Good plan.
Good plan what?
Putting him on that list.
Oh. Well, it's a very short list. A Washington man tried to pay a more than $200 traffic ticket by sending a plastic bag filled with coins and urine to a county billing office deputy said in Portland, Oregon. That's something I can't wrap my mind around, said Sergeant Phil Andrechuk. I wonder if he's kid of Dave Andrechuk of the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. The thought process of acting consciously, consummating the act of urinating in a box full of coins that someone is going to receive. The man didn't break any postal laws by mailing the combination of urine and change to the Multnomah County Court, reported TV station KPTV in Portland. Postal officials said it is legal to mail urine or other bodily fluids as long as they're packaged properly in a way that doesn't leak or smell.
Was it?
County employees said the package was wrapped tightly until it reached the courthouse mailroom and didn't smell until it was opened.
All right, then.
This reminds me of that Channel 4 thing they did years ago with the colorectal exams.
Yeah, I remember.
And they had that card, you smear a little bit of your... yeah. And we had the story about the postmen were swooning. They used that exact word in all the stories. The postal guys were swooning from delivering those packages to Channel 4. Because of a policy of only accepting up to $20 in change, court workers returned his money, postage due. It doesn't say whether they returned the urine or not. Thanks, Cliff and Kendall, for that scintillating story. Wasn't that good?
That was great.
Cal says Connie Francis claims she never recovered from being raped while she was staying at some hotel in Long Island, New York, while performing there. I'm going to sneeze again.
Come on now. Thank you.
Well, it took a long time, you know.
Nice hang time there.
Oh, God. So Connie Francis was raped at it. I never knew that.
Wow.
And I can understand why she'd, have a little problem with that. Wouldn't you think?
Sure.
I don't even know if I want to acknowledge the fact we got this awful poll going. Oh, Lard Ass Limbaugh says, I love those Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster. I ate 40 of them for lunch. What say you? I say they suck. And I should tell them, don't bring them because, sometimes if the service is a little bit slow, which it usually isn't, but if it is, I'll eat those things. And, boy, those are killer. If you have a carb problem like I do.
Yeah.
You ever have those biscuits?
Where, at Red Lobster?
Yeah, at the Red Lobster.
It's been so long since I've been there, I don't remember if there were biscuits.
Well, I'll tell you, the one here is damn good, the one I eat at. I don't care if anybody else likes it or not. Because everything I do is wrong anyway, according to the audience, so I might as well. At least I'm consistent. At least I'm consistent. Persistent and consistent. I'm a survivor. I keep showing up in spite of Joe Bell and Clarence and Joyce and the Beasleys and the audience and the Signal.
All of these things.
Right. Oh, Misha's back today. Remember Misha?
Sure.
She says, I was on vacation for a week. Sorry I couldn't email you, but I did listen all last week. Anyway, I took the trip to Vancouver due to the overwhelming amount of positive reviews about the city, and must say I was not disappointed. Love the scenery. Weather was okay. Weed is great. My boyfriend and I were high the whole time we were there. It was great. George, that's a city you got to visit.
It's on the list. It's on the top of the list.
Anyway, I'm back at the orifice today, and it sucks. I wish I could have stayed another week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. As always, much love from your sister listener, Misha. Thanks, Misha. Well, I tell you, we're starting. It's not even 12:30 yet. And we got a slim amount of crap. Oh, I still got that Paris Hilton story at the bottom of my pile. I sure hope I don't have to get to that.
Yeah, keep it at the bottom.
Well, if there's something to put on top of it, you know what I'm saying?
Something to put on top of Paris?
Oh, God.
No shortage, from what I understand.
Oh.
Which is sad.
Nasty. And I guess she really thinks she's got talent.
Listen,
or is it just to put on?
She's got money, so she can think whatever she wants. She doesn't have to care what anybody else thinks.
I would say, on a scale of infinity, the best way to have a lot of money is to inherit it.
Yeah.
Right? That's the best way to make a lot of money is to have somebody else leave it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might do that someday, but I doubt it, because I think I'm going to spend it all before I croak, unless I croak real soon.
Well, good.
Is it good?
Have a good time with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is so boiling hot in here, and between that and the cold, I better crack a window during this next break.
It's freezing in here, and you're up there.
Is it really?
You're up there in Canada, in the frozen tundra.
Dow is down 254. Yeah, but now it's that in-between, you know, when spring comes and it's... you can't turn the AC on yet in the building because it's not on yet.
It's all over the place now, the temperature.
What?
The temperature, isn't it?
What do you mean it's all over the place?
When it starts
this
springing
weekend,
up
one
like
day
this.
it was like... One day it was, I think, Friday or Saturday. It was 54. And like right now it's 34. And murky. That's for Castronova, who takes great pride in repeating the Toronto weather forecast. He steals it off this show, like everything else he does. I'll give you the poll result once, but I'm not too happy about it. In fact, do we have the poll switch? Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to switch it. I don't like this poll. I think it sucks. And I apologize for putting it on there. If I would have wanted to, I could have come up with a better one myself. This poll just blows. Here's the new one. Something about my spouse that aggravates the crap out of me is that he or she, blank, spends too much money, can't cook, won't cook, screws other people, doesn't like sex with me, is a terrible parent, is a terrible housekeeper, is ugly as sin, is an unemployed freeloader, is a drunk, is too wholesome for me, is a sports junkie, is getting too old, has no sense of humor, keeps having babies, doesn't like me, I don't have a spouse, or my spouse is my soulmate. That's the new poll.
Okay.
Here's the final tally, thank God, on this horrible other one. I hate getting old because... Is there anybody who likes getting old?
I don't know. Kids.
No, just stupid. I hate getting old because most of the above 113, what's the question 97? That right there should tell you an awful lot about this poll. Hair is showing up in unwanted places 60. My hair is gone 45. I can't get it up 38. My hair is gray 38. I pee too much 33. I can't see 20. I've fallen and I can't get up 13. My ass is huge 12.
Rectum.
I sit in my testicles 7. I'm constipated 5. I can't pee 4. My ass has more dimples than a golf ball 3. My ass is gone 3. I need Depends 2. My ears are so large I can fly 1. My bra is my belt 1, and it won't go down none. That makes sense to me. It won't go down none.
Cute.
Unless they're popping all them pills that they keep selling us online. All the spam all the time. We got soft Cialis and hard Cialis and on and on. 3:39 this morning again. That seems to be the time in the middle of the night, every night I get one. From Sally Williams or Sally Fitz or some silly-ass, non-existent bitch. Best prices on soft Cialis, blah, 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 blah. Let's find out where those people are and who they are and just, kill them.
Sure.
Neil? God?
In a place that smells just like a bad day at the zoo. If the back dressed and drag that drink, they'll bring me to, yes. If you wanna bring the search for Ben Lane to me, it seems all you gotta do is just ask CNN, yeah. Who wipes his ass with sand? It's a Taliban man.
Rectum.
Hates girls but don't wear pants. That's a Taliban man. The Taliban man won't take you back. Got a smelly butt crack filled with sand.
Atlantis rule the world so that we can smell our fingers. I raise my lips like chinchilla. My favorite one I call Gary.
Who's a filthy, stinky man? It's the Taliban man. Has a butt crack filled with sand. It's the Taliban man. Here's a bomb for the Taliban in Afghanistan.
12:32 at QAM. Scratchy Throat Monday. Boy, I'll be fine. I'll be back tomorrow or not, as the case may be.
Okay.
How come silence?
What? I'm right here. Taking it all in.
Are you absorbing it?
I'm soaking it in. I'm soaking in it, yeah.
Yeah, soak this. This poll, it seems to me, we've done one so very similar recently, didn't we?
Yes. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Nice.
Well, what was the other one?
I don't know.
It wasn't the same thing, was it? No.
I don't know.
Something about my spouse.
Something about it.
And I don't have a spouse who's got 8, is leading.
So many choices.
My spouse is my soulmate, 6. Doesn't like sex with me, 5.
Freeloader.
Maybe she likes it with somebody, but not with them. Well, so just to prove that everything is, nothing is perfect. Somebody sends me this story, and I've been hearing a lot about this lately. Vancouver. With its spectacular bay and stunning snow-capped peaks, Vancouver easily ranks as one of the world's most beautiful cities, but in recent months, the people of Canada's Olympic city have been living in fear. A lot of shooting and killing going on lately. Even as Vancouver prepares to host the 2010 Winter Games, its crime rate is going up. Since January alone, there have been 45 shootings in the region, 17 of them fatal. There were 58 murders last year in this region of 2.7 million people, up from 41 the year before. It's terrifying, says Doris Luong, who lives near the scene of a double murder on March 10. This used to be the best city in the world. I fear for my children. At a nearby elementary school, students' movements were immediately restricted as word of the killing spread, and the spreading's killed. The root of the problem seems to be drugs, or rather a shortage of them. The Mexican cocaine supply line extends through the U.S., especially Los Angeles, up to Vancouver, according to the RCMP Superintendent Pat Fogarty. The RCMP, baby, Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name?
Dudley Do-Right.
Dudley Do-Right, very good. Or Dudley Do-Wrong. Oh, God.
And his horse, and Nell.
Yeah. But now the Mexican government of President Felipe Calderon has mobilized 45,000 soldiers and 5,000 federal police to curb cartel activity. That's driven up the price of cocaine in Vancouver from $23,300 per kilogram to almost $39,000, Fogarty says, and gangs are killing each other. People are nervous, and so are the police, says Fogarty, head of the Regional Gang Task Force. The public's outrage, the government's outrage. Everybody's pissed off and fired up. Vancouver social activist Jamie Lee Hamilton, who lives in Vancouver's seedy downtown east side, says she no longer has much faith in the justice system. I'm really apprehensive about going out in the evening, Hamilton says. We've turned into an American city. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
The last thing you want to do is turn into an American city. Public Safety Minister Peter Van Loan recently called Vancouver the country's gang capital and said the violence is the worst in Canada. Canada's largest city, Toronto, has seen only 11 murders this year and a population of 5.1 million, almost double that of the Vancouver area. On a visit to Vancouver earlier this month, where he met with family members of victims, Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper proposed a new law that would label gang killings as first-degree murder with a sentence of at least 25 years and no parole. The law would also create a new offense with a minimum 4-year jail term for drive-by shootings. Harper has said people planning to attend the Winter Games should not worry about violence, with 15,000 police officers, private security, and military personnel expected to provide security. But shopkeeper Nandel Ode disagrees. He says nobody should feel safe coming to the games. Ode's suburban convenience store is just across the street from where shots were fired over morning rush hour traffic March 10, leaving 2 brothers, aged 19 and 22, dead. The violence has spread far beyond the city's notoriously drug-infested downtown east side. Ode says he's removed a wire cash transfer business from his store because of the violence. Police warned him weeks earlier of people carrying guns in the neighborhood, and he believes unemployment and addiction are fueling the violence. The unemployment rate in British Columbia jumped to 7.25% in February, up from 4.4% last February. It's very, very scary, Ode says. We can't carry money here. In one particularly brazen shooting last month, a mother was shot dead in her husband's luxury vehicle in broad daylight as her 4-year-old sat in the back seat. Hundreds turned out to protest gang violence last month after the string of shootings. Local authorities say they've stepped up actions to curb the gangs and their violence. Police announced the arrest of 10 gang members recently, and 4 more were arrested on drugs and weapons offenses earlier this month. Vancouver's become a safe place in which to grow and produce a variety of drugs, they said. It's a combination of our geography, a somewhat more laid-back approach to drugs and drug use, and the proximity to the border, easy export routes, especially to the U.S. I can't think of any other city in Canada that shares those characteristics, they be saying. Well, so like I said, don't go to Vancouver. At least Misha got back alive. That's good.
I'm still going to go.
You're not going anywhere. You going to drive there in your new car?
That's right.
How's that new vehicle coming?
It drives like a dream.
Oh, let's see. Here's a Chester Copperpot, Jason. He's also fairly useful. Like I said, there's maybe a half a dozen people who got something to say. Here's one. Pullman. I think you should change your name to Nail. N-A-I-L. It has a hard stud-like sound to it. And this pull, he suggests, the biggest piece of Schmidt car I ever was made by blank. I'm not putting that on there.
No.
That would be like rubbing it in. At a time when people can't sell cars for love or money.
Right.
Especially money. Jason says, I also went to Red Lobster this weekend with my family. We had a fantastic meal. I had a combo plate with Maine lobster tail, scallops, and shrimp all grilled on their new wood-burning grill. Awesome. We all enjoyed the meal. Our waiter was great, too. Yeah, my waiter on, I forget which night it was really good. He had a wedding band on, but I wouldn't stop me. I left him a nice tip. A big tip.
A fat
peach?
tip?
He was good. F you, all you food snobs. Why don't you stuff a corn cob up your joy, says Jason. I also had 2 questions. What does sitting on my testicles mean on the pole? I don't get it. What part of that don't he understand?
Maybe he's not old.
Oh. Well, someday you'll understand when he starts sitting on your testicles. Also, George, you went to Ultra Festival, ? Were the kids there calling you Grandpa? Holy cow, the average age there must have been like 12? What was the average age there? George?
I don't know, 20-something.
Really?
Yeah.
Those kids must have been looking at your old ass like, who is he chaperoning? Come on, George, I love you, but grow up, dude, says Jay. Hey, he had a good time.
Chester is one of those cranks, and he doesn't love me, so.
And he what?
And he doesn't love me, and I did have a great time.
Well,
Chester's
that's
one of
what
those
he's
ball
upset
busters,
about. He's upset that you went to a place where you had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time. And I was with people, more or less my own age, and we weren't the only ones there. But, yeah, generally speaking, younger people listen to new music, so. And older people don't.
Like me. I would have had a good time.
Even like me, older people my age don't listen to a lot of new music anymore, which is sad. But I ain't going to stop.
Not that you're defensive.
This is the most disgusting program. I urge everyone to complain to this station.
Yes.
Since everything and everyone at Disney World is out of the closet, so to speak, we now have special gay days. We've changed the rides to suit our lifestyle. Yo ho ho, be a swashbuckler on Butt Pirates of the Caribbean. And we've modified the Tunnel of Terror so you can ride with Mickey's new domestic partner, Gerbil Joe.
Hey, it's Gerbil Joe here. Make sure you tie a string around my leg, because getting stuck's a bitch.
I thought I was the bitch.
Shut up.
12:45 at 560 WQAM. If there's one thing in the world I cannot stand, and there are many things, but those people, that crowd.
What, goofballs?
The Dow is down 264. Not good. Here's sarcastic Sam, who says, I'm not surprised you ate at Red Lobster. I'm just surprised you ate at a seafood restaurant at all. Don't you hate all seafood? Or is it just the fish you can't stand? I don't like fish. Is that okay? There are a lot of people who don't like fish. I still like shellfish. I love lobster. I love clams. I love shrimp. In addition to which, they have a lot more than just that. And I certainly love chowder. Oh, do I love that clam chowder.
Yeah,
I love the lobster stuffed mushrooms. You ever have the lobster stuffed mushrooms at Red Lobster?
No.
Good crap. And the chocolate wave dessert, I'm telling you, just to die for and from. Then it goes on to say, the hatred toward Red Lobster needs to be put into context. It is far from the ocean. I see. If one is far from the ocean, it's definitely better than no seafood at all. But if you are near the sea, in a haven for all things gastronomical such as I am, you have a lot more alternatives. That's right, I'm bragging about eating in Boston again. As you must know, there are countless roadside seafood stands from the North Shore all the way up through Maine, serving some great lobster rolls, scallops, clams, etc. Damn, it's good stuff. Well, good for you. We're not in Boston, okay? Not in New England. Sorry. Also completely unrelated. And then this is signed Happy Monday, Sam in Boston. A lot of miserable bastards in Boston. Lou Saban. What a lot of people overlook about his career was that he was the coach who created history by starting the first African-American quarterback. Yeah, it was in the story. I read it. His name was Marlon Briscoe. He went on to change teams and positions, becoming a great receiver alongside our beloved Jim Mandich on those championship Dolphin teams of the early 70s. Marlon Briscoe, remember him well. Lou Saban. He's dead. How old was he, 95? Boy, wouldn't you like to make it to 95 in relatively good health? And then just one night go to bed and you don't wake up? That would be okay, wouldn't it?
Sure.
95. That gives me another, 29 years. I'll still be on the air. I better play Old Neil, huh?
Sounds good.
Speaking of Old Neil, remember that fake Chris that we had on the MySpace?
Mm-hmm.
Long before we had fakes on email, we had fakes on MySpace. Remember there was that one?
Yeah.
And there was the fake Chris.
We got fakes.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
If there's any way that fakers can come out, they do it.
That's right.
Facebook, Fakebook, MySpace, Your Space, My Place, Your Place, Tweeter. Now, is Twitter, can fakers get on Twitter?
I assume.
Do they tweet?
If it's a computer, you can be a fake on it.
And what are we going to do about this Conficker? That's the name of it. That's the name of the virus, the worm, the deadly worm that they have poised to do on April 4th.
What did they say to do about it?
They said, bada beep, bada boop, bada bop, bop, bop,
I'm going to do it to the letter.
They didn't say squat.
I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to squat.
Even the CBS computers got, what do you call it?
Tweeted?
No, not tweeted, infected.
Oh, I see.
Jesus, God. You're supposed to be Mr. Computer, I thought.
Well, that doesn't mean that I'm going to know what you're talking about.
Conficker? You haven't heard about it?
Yeah,
see, you're spending too much time at those teeny bop music festivals and not paying attention to the important things that go around in the world like Conficker.
I'll deal with it if I have to.
Yeah, like getting a new computer would be good. When are they going to buy you a new computer?
You're funny. Right after the car?
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they drive the new car up into the parking garage. They're right by the building and under the thing there, the covered parking. And you open up the trunk and there's a beautiful new PC in there.
Right.
Yeah, with your name on it.
Uh-huh.
Now, when is the big move coming down the street?
May or something or later. I don't know.
May or something.
Or never.
They sure keep you in the loop, don't they?
Hey, me and everybody else.
They keep us in the loop. We have no idea what's going on. I mean, wouldn't you think there'd be preparations that people are going to have to make for moving the whole operation down to another building? Wouldn't you think?
Right.
And you're going to be just in one room? We don't have the second room?
No.
So I guess that precludes the possibility of my ever coming down there and doing another show from that studio.
That's correct.
I'm crushed.
I doubt it.
Screws up all my arrangements.
I doubt it.
I'm telling you. Screws up all my plans.
It screws up all my arrangements.
Yeah. Oh. You know, all that talk about the casting for The Godfather, and they wanted this one to play Don Corleone and that one to... But when you look back on it, you can't envision anybody else playing the characters who did.
Absolutely not.
Nobody else could have been Don Corleone like Marlon Brando.
No.
Certainly nobody could have been Sonny like James Caan. Nobody else could have been Fredo like the Weasley John Cazale.
Mm-hmm.
Was he always Weasley? He was Weasley in...
everything else I've seen him in.
Attica. Yeah. What was that movie? Dog Day Afternoon. Told you. Weasley. He's kind of Weasley. Mm-hmm. Of course, his partner in crime was,
Yeah. Chris Sarandon.
Gay.
Oh, no, he was Al Pacino's partner.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot.
They're
saying that I'm a homosexual, and I'm not. I want you to tell them that I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. Guilt by association.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know all about it.
Something about my spice that spice.
That's a spicy spouse.
That aggravates the crap out of me is that he or she. I don't have a spouse. 14. I'm telling you, we just did this one. That's all right. Let's repeat him every other day like Footy did. Look what it did for him.
Right.
My spouse is my soulmate. 12. Doesn't like sex with me. 8. Is a terrible housekeeper. 4. Spends too much money. 4. Is too wholesome for me. 2. Too wholesome. Is an unemployed freeloader. 2. Can't cook. 2. Has no sense of humor. 1. Is getting too old. 1. Well, if they're getting too old, what about you?
Right.
Is a drunk. 1. Screws other people. 1. Screws other people. And none yet. 4. Doesn't like me. Keeps having babies. Is a sports junkie. Is as ugly as sin. Is a terrible parent or won't cook. None for that. Those. Oh. Adam Oshmuck sends me 1, 2, 3, 4 links. Don't mess with this guy. Well, I won't because I just deleted all of it. And here is a thing about the Miami music thing. Is this what you were talking about, that what you went to?
The Miami music thing?
I'll get to it here. Just relax.
Okay.
We got lots of time, unfortunately. We got an hour and 7 minutes. Although we get a few emails here. Winter Music Conference, garb less than average. There's a couple articles here about the winter music. Is that what that was?
No.
No?
No.
Well, I'll be damned. I thought I had something that was right up your alley, so to speak.
I'll bend over.
Let's see. You'll be interested in the advisory posted below. Feel free to contact me anytime for more information, says John. And the advisory is Storm Rider Tour to highlight coastal vulnerabilities impact. You have got to be schmitting me. I will not be interested and couldn't care less. Oh, can you? Well, you know. I was just stalling until I printed these out. Despite sour economy, Miami Music Conference a hit. It was 10 p.m. on a recent night, and Dennis Wheeler, director of marketing for the Shelbourne Hotel, looked exhausted. I've only had 2 hours sleep, he said, holding a wad of hot pink wristbands as the DJ's loud bass beats echoed off nearby Art Deco hotels. Wheeler was manning the guest list for the seemingly never-ending pool party held at the hotel during the Winter Music Conference week. This has nothing to do with what you went to.
Not by name, certainly.
The Winter Music Conference. Well, what is that? Well, here's the article about it.
Yeah, great. Where? When?
This weekend has been the annual Winter Music Conference where the industry and hardcore music fiends come to frolic in the sun, possibly attend some cutting-edge seminars, network with international music bigwigs, but most of all listen to world-famous DJs spinning music. I caught Roger Sanchez at Mansion and Bob Sinclair at set, and there was sweating room only. Fire marshals were as popular as meter maids, doormen were kings, and club owners were thrilled that the recession wasn't affecting their cash register. Many tourists tried to emulate Miami club style, but most didn't pull it off with their rancorous sunburns. Believe it or not, I saw one horrific sunglass outline, and their summer wardrobe badly needing updates. You could tell who was from 305 and who was not. Although many girls wore skirts too short for their shape, wedgies at night, and sunglasses like they were Corey Hart, I have to give them credit for trying. It's not easy to dress like you're from Miami. Most of the people who frequent the scene are obsessed with self-grooming. Their bodies are toned from daily visits to the gym. They're tanned from the sun or their favorite self-tanner. Manicures and pedicures are part of their regimen, as well as many hours spent fusing with their hair at home in the salon. Designer labels are common, even for the working class. Ask anyone here, and they'll tell you that at least they own one Louis Vuitton bag. Oh, I got 2. Aren't you proud of me?
As punch.
Well, if you call my Woodbine wallet a bag. I got a small suitcase. Paco's got all kinds of Louis Vuitton because he's a big shot. Other cities allow you to mask your style and figure under tons of winter wear, but fortunately or unfortunately, what you see is what you get in sunny South Florida. So if you can't strut your stuff with the big boys, I'd advise you to KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. You send me something?
Nope.
Add facts. Handyman plumber. Well, I have no need for no plumber because I got my new toilets.
Woody Graber says that Ultra was part of the Winter Music Fest, one of the many events that are going on, I guess, as a part of the Winter Music Fest. So,
well, is everybody naked and hot in these things or not?
There was a lot
and
of
what
that.
was an old fart like you doing there anyway?
You're listening to
Having a good time?
Well, here we go again.
It's not just the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon.
Hey, y'all. I just wanted to give everyone a quick blog update about my Britney Spears circus tour. Well, everything has been great so far. In fact, What the... Oh, my he's hanging out, y'all. Like I was saying, the tour has been fabulous. Time on the road with... What the... Oh, my hanging out again, y'all. Kind of becoming a problem here. Anyway, I'm really excited about the next tour stop.
Excuse me, Mommy. Your hanging out.
Dang, y'all. I gotta go. I guess it's time to go pants shopping. LOL. TTYL, y'all.
She's hanging out lately, you know?
She's a pip.
She's doing a lot of hanging out. 102 at 560 WQAM. It's our big 1 to 2 hour, thank God. I do sound okay.
You do.
But I feel like crap.
Well, good thing we can't feel you then.
No, feel this. Ultra is the grand finale to the Winter Music Conference. It starts on Wednesday, ends on Sunday after Ultra, the Winter Music Conference. See, and you thought it was totally disconnected.
Well, you know, I'm an out-of-date old man, out of touch.
Yeah, what's an old fart like you doing there with a bunch of hot, young, naked people? I know what I'd be doing.
Probably.
Guess who died?
Abe Lincoln.
No. Horse.
A horse?
Alysheba.
Don't know it. Don't know
87 Kentucky Derby winner. You never heard of Alysheba? What kind of a horse player expert are you? The Dow's down 271, by the way. At least it hasn't made it to 300 yet. But, got a long way to go. In 1987, America's race could have become a disastrous pileup if not for the agility of the colt later called America's Horse. In mid-stretch, with 15 rivals behind him, second-place Alysheba nearly fell after clipping heels with front-running Bet Twice. Alysheba recovered immediately and won the Kentucky Derby, the breakthrough triumph in his Hall of Fame career. Not until he saw the replay did jockey Chris McCarron realize how close they had come to going down. You ever come close to going down?
Not lately.
Just this morning. He stumbled so quick and got up so quick that Chris said before he knew it they were back running again, Alysheba's trainer Jack Van Berg said last year on HRTV. Trainer William Proctor said most horses going a mile and a quarter looking for a place to lie down. Alysheba laid down, got back up, and still beat him. I remember it like it was just yesterday. The 1988 Horse of the Year was euthanized late Friday night at Hagyard Equine Medical Institute in Lexington, Kentucky, after injuring his right hind leg that afternoon in a fall in his stall at the Kentucky Horse Park. He had a fall in his stall, y'all. As Brittany would say, y'all. Oh, I can't deal with that whole rednecky,
Come on now.
A chronic degenerative spinal condition was extremely painful and prevented Alysheba from standing unaided. He died at the age of 25, 5 months after returning from Saudi Arabia, where he spent the previous 8 years at stud for King Abdullah. How do you like that? Them damn mashmata heads.
Yep.
He was buried Saturday morning outside the Horse Park's Hall of Champions. He and 20-year-old Lil E.T. were put down only 9 days apart. I remember Lil E.T., leaving Strike the Gold at 21 as the oldest living Derby winner. They're coming to take Alysheba's body away. You hear them?
I hear it.
The sirens. Woo. In the past 21 years, 9 Triple Crown hopefuls fell short in the Belmont Stakes, and Alysheba was the first, finishing a distant fourth to Bet Twice. There was no doubt in my mind he was going to win the Triple Crown, Van Berg said, and McCarron blamed himself for a bad ride. You can't blame Kent DeSormo for a bad ride on that one horse in the second race on Friday at Gulfstream. That horse just stopped to a walk, puked, gagged. Should have brought that tank of oxygen, man, like those people at Woodbine. You ought to see these people with the walkers.
We got some of those at Gulfstream, too.
What do you call that? Well, I'm sure Gulfstream always was. The average age there was death plus 20. Are you kidding me? Look where it is. It's in Hallandale.
Got people on scooters.
Yeah. Now, what do you call the walkers on wheels?
I don't know. Walking rollers. I don't know.
No, you know what I'm talking about?
We see them all the time, yeah.
They're walkers, and they have wheels on them.
And they have a seat, like you can sit down on it.
And it's real convenient because, like bicycles, they've got arms, and you can hang your oxygen thing and the tank and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, can you see me? I'm 85, and Paco or somebody is pushing me around in a chair at Woodbine. Can you see that?
No.
Not me either. You know me, Mr. Independent. I get around. I'm like the Beach Boys. I get around. In the past 21 years, 9 Triple Crown hopefuls fell short in the Belmont Stakes, and Alysheba was the first, finishing a distant fourth to bet twice. The Kentucky-bred son of Aladar and Belsheba won 9 Grade 1 stakes, including the Breeders' Cup Classic in Near Darkness at Muddy Churchill Downs. He retired in 1989, to stud in Kentucky with 11 wins in 8 seconds in 26 races and earnings of $6.6 million. That was then the world record for Texans Dorothy and Pamela Scharbauer. When we saw him as a yearling, he stood out like a diamond in a rock pile, Van Berg said. He was remarkable, and he had so much charisma. And he was just as sound the day he retired as the day he was born. And now?
He's dead?
He's dead. Alysheba. Mort Nussbaum. Old newscaster in Rochester, New York. Mort Nussbaum. Anybody remember Mort?
No.
Eddie Meath?
No.
Joe Dean?
No.
Who is the sports guy in WHAM? Bob Turner?
No.
The Dow's down 278 points. Dempsey says, first of all, he said, did you see Bill O'Reilly's boycotting Sean Penn movies? I guess that means that Sean's career is over. Also, how were the drugs, George?
They were great.
There were no drugs at that place with all them young people hanging around?
I could have made a killing, but I was there for fun.
Yeah. So how were the drugs then?
They were great.
And anyway, Dempsey sends me this article about Conficker C virus is coming. Look out, it's coming. The notorious Conficker C virus, or Conficker worm, is set to take over the world's PCs April 1st. Nothing about it is a prank. It's for real. Conficker C is the latest mutant of Conficker, which first appeared late last year and is estimated to have infected more than 9 million computers worldwide. Conficker, a.k.a. Down, Up, Down, and Up, and Kaido, is the worm that first appeared in October last year and targets the Windows operating system MS-DOS. The worm exploits a known vulnerability in the Windows Server used by Windows 2000, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows Server 2003, Windows Server 2008, and Windows 7 Beta. The latest variant is set to download a malicious payload on April Fool's Day, but this is no joke. It says, Microsoft warned last October that a vulnerability in server service could be exploited by a worm. Cyber criminals heard that warning and made the threat real, infecting as many as 9 million computers by mid-January. At that time, that's like going out and saying, hey, guess what? I'm leaving my doors unlocked in the house and going on vacation for a month.
Yeah, smart.
Really smart. Like Fredo, smart. Not dumb.
Not like people say.
Like everybody says. At that time, it was estimated between 25 and 30% of vulnerable systems remained unpatched. And the problem continues more or less unabated today. Symantec say they're seeing an average of almost 500,000 infections a day with W32, Downed-Up A, and more than 1.7 million infections per day with W32, Downed-Up B. What is that Downed-Up?
I don't know.
Norton Symantec antivirus says there's nothing to worry about. Right, it says. If you're worried about the Conficker worm striking April 1st, don't be. On April 1st, the Conficker worm will simply start taking more steps to protect itself. After that date, machines infected with a C variant of the worm may not be able to get security updates or patches from Microsoft and from any other vendors. The creators of the worm will also start using a communication system that's more difficult for security researchers to interrupt. The Conficker worm, sometimes called Downed-Up or Kaido, has managed to infect a large number of computers. Specifics are hard to come by, but some researchers estimate that millions of computers have been infected with this threat since January. Current users of Symantec's Norton security products are protected. Users who lack protection are invited to download a trial version of Norton Antivirus 2009, Norton Internet Security 2009, or Norton 360. All of these products will detect and remove this worm. See, there you go. There's an answer right there, Norton. Hey, Norton. What does the Conficker worm do? We don't know the purpose of the Conficker worm. Today, the worm has created an infrastructure that the creators of the worm can use to remotely install software on infected machines. What will that software do? We don't know. Most likely, the worm will be used to create a botnet that will be rented out to criminals who want to send spam, steal IDs, and direct users to online scams and phishing sites. The Conficker worm mostly spreads across networks. If it finds a vulnerable computer, it turns off the automatic backup service, deletes previous restore points, disables many security services, blocks access to a number of security websites, and opens infected machines to receive additional programs from the malware's creator. The worm then tries to spread itself to other computers on the same network. Yahoo Tech is saying in an event that it hits the computer world only once every few years, security experts are racing against time to mitigate the impact of a bit of malware which is set to wreak havoc on a hard-coded date. As often is the case, that date is April 1. Conficker first bubbled up late 2008, began making headlines in January as known infection topped 9 million computers. Now in its third variant, Conficker C, the worm has grown incredibly complicated, powerful, and virulent, though no one is quite sure exactly what it'll do when D-Day arrives. Something to look forward to on Wednesday, right?
Sure. Let's have a party.
It says, no one really knows. Tell you the truth. I'm really looking forward to it, whoever wrote this swill. Conficker, see my ad.
Oh, my God, your breasts are beautiful.
Hey, y'all, it's Brittany again on my blog. Well, I'm still on the road, and oh, hey, Dad, what's up?
Honey, I got your grits. Kevin called, and your is hanging out, okay?
Dang it, I can't believe it. I have to call Kevin back? Anyways, the last city we went to,
Excuse me, Brittany?
Go ahead, Tyrone. Oh, he's on my security detail, y'all. There's cameras everywhere, and he watches everything. It's great.
You have a visitor at the gate, and you're hanging out.
OMG, someone's at the gate? Oh, hey, London. What's that? Sean Preston fell in a well? Oh, my hanging out. Let me stuff it back in. Thanks, London. That could have been really embarrassing. TTFN, y'all.
117 at 560 WQAM. I think the whole world is just gone nuts, don't you?
Hanging out? Sure.
I think it's all hanging out. Mike says, I heard there were 50,000 people there on Friday night and 60,000 people on Saturday. Did George go both nights? Yes, he did.
Yes.
What acts were the highlight of the event?
Prodigy, Black Eyed Peas.
I read online that Prodigy was insane.
Yep.
I saw on YouTube the Carl Cox tent looked nasty with many half-naked people.
Yep. That's where the Moby thing was.
It says, let's get Ultra and Winter Music Conference intensive. Right.
Too late now.
Yeah, a little bit too late. It's over.
It's over.
Once it's over, it's over. George Ann says, the Winter Music Conference is the week before Ultra Music Fest. The WMC takes place all over South Beach clubs and hotels during the day and night. Ultra is the closing event of the WMC. I think it's been going on for 11 years or so. Always listening, says George Ann. Well, thanks, George Ann.
Thank you.
She's another regular with you almost always useful crap.
Stuff, right.
See, those are the people we like and we get enthused about when we hear from them, are the people that have useful crap, as opposed to the people who say, oh, well, how come you're always raving about Brandon? Because he has something to say.
That's right.
I mean, it's like if somebody calls you on the phone, and it's somebody you'll enjoy talking to, and it's somebody you know and you like, it puts like a smile on your puss.
Coincidence?
If it's some telephone solicitor, it puts a frown on your puss.
Right.
And you get PO'd and fired up. It's not very complicated.
At all.
The jealous emailers.
Bah! Bah! Like that guy. Yeah. How can you like him? Like me.
No.
Like me instead.
No chance. Let's see. WJ says, if you're running Windows XP, this is Conficker again.
Yep.
I'm confounded by Conficker.
Me too.
Make sure you run Windows updates and install all the critical updates. You'll have to do this multiple times until the system reports that no more critical updates are available. Jesus. The main thing is to make sure you've installed the latest Service Pack SP3 for XP. If it's not installed, it'll appear as a critical update. Here's a link to a Microsoft security bulletin that details the latest info on the vulnerability, and it's got a long thing here.
Well, you do that anyway, right? As you should.
Do what?
Keep your computer updated.
No.
With the automatic updates.
I do?
You ought to. I thought you did.
Well, let's do it right now.
We'll do it in the morning if you want.
Automatic updates?
Yeah, you got to go. It depends on how you have it set. You might have to go through some stuff, and you don't want to do it now, trust me.
Oh. I got to go through some stuff.
There'll be some downloading, some installing.
Points.
Some restarting.
And Angela Merkel says the crisis didn't take place because we issued too little money. I say let's start giving out a whole bunch of money, big bags of money, to us first.
Right.
Why the hell not? They don't like this new poll, by the way. It's only got 96 votes. It's been on there for quite a while. Only got 96 votes. What kind of a sour deal is that?
Sour.
I think we just did this.
We did.
It wasn't the same choices, but it was pretty much the same question. Jesus God. You people that send in the polls, don't you realize I'm old and senile and I'm have to run the same poll again 5 days in a row?
That's all right.
What's wrong with these idiots? These Ojan provocateur goyim. That's the problem in the world. Alan Finkelson told me that years ago, and he was right. That's the one thing that's wrong in the world. There are too many goyim. Oh, he had his thumb right on it. The Dow's down 281. It's not 300 yet, but it's thinking about it. It's edging in that direction. Well, you don't have any stock, and neither do I.
Right.
My own personal feeling is only a fool nowadays with this scam that's going on around the world. Only a fool would take his. I mean, I'd rather take it all to Woodbine.
Right
At least I get some entertainment. You'd rather take it over to Gulfstream and plunge your guts out.
Sure.
If you had any. So how did you wind up? You lost $11 or something on? No, somebody gave you $11. You broke even, right?
I broke even.
Somebody gave you $11?
Gave me a ticket that wound up paying $11.
Well, that was the one from Laurel, right?
Yeah, and the guy was from Chicago. One of our listeners from Chicago was there.
I'll be damned.
For a little while. There are some nice people out there.
He wasn't from South Florida.
That's right.
Except for what's her name?
Shirley.
Shirley Yan. Shirley gave you $40. She didn't even give you a ticket. She gave you cash.
She said she bet for me and then just gave me the cash.
Yeah, right. I think she just wanted to give you $40 because she felt sorry because she knows you're a real schlepper and you're on hard times.
Well, she's right. She must know me then.
She knows. Now, George sent me this information that I think is so old. First of all, Sirius stock today opened at 36 cents. And George sends me this article. With its shares of stock worth a little more than a dime, Sirius XM will reportedly impose a rate increase on March 11th. The company will seek an extra $2 per additional subscription per user, plus charge $2.99 to stream Sirius XM online. The latter fee comes with an upside. All Internet subscriptions will stream with a 128K premium feed. According to customer support reps, current Sirius XM users can lock in at their current rates for the next 3 years if they re-up before March 11th. Too late now. Boy, this is a stale story. It just came in this morning. Stale, George. Not you, George with a G.
Right.
In Orlando. It says whether the price hikes have any effect on programming remains to be seen. While the increase isn't exactly wallet draining, it's just another straw on the camel's back for those Sirius XM who told Rolling Stone in November that they were upset with the company since their respective stations merged into one entity in November 2008. Many listeners' favorite channels and genres were casualties of the station merger, and customers complained of too much song repetition and DJ bantering. Bop, 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 like that. Bantering. Like Pierre Maguire. Despite their huge antitrust-avoiding merger back in July 2008, SiriusXM has struggled to climb out of its carnivorous debt. The current economic situation and a slow holiday season likely didn't help SiriusXM's problems. So the rate hikes are likely an attempt to help the company stay afloat. They're floating. Fact is, radio itself is a bad business to be in right now, as evidenced by terrestrial radio suffering its worst year since 1954 in 2008. Being in radio ain't so great in 2008. So if things are that bad when the radio is free, imagine how bad it is when you have to pay for it. Still, we're hoping our deal with Artie Lang and the Howard Stern Show the past few days have at least still sell a couple, it says. Oh, God. Our deal with Artie Lang and the Howard Stern Show. Is this sad or what?
Yeah.
Make you want to cry?
Not much, no.
Makes me want to sit down on a street corner and, hey, spare some change, mister? Have a nice day, eh? Just want to cry. Why don't they just shut it off already and give up the ghost?
Yeah, because they want what little money is trickling in.
Yeah, it's trickling all right. We got 102 votes on the new poll. That is weak. Well, let's take a poll. Do you hate this poll? Who do you hate worse, this poll or Jimmy Syphilitic? Haven't heard from him lately, thank God, or at least not today.
Not yet.
Haven't heard from any of the fakers today, have we? Fake Barry Jackass? Fake Tom Jicker, that's the only one. Maybe they're taking the day off.
They're faking the day off?
Maybe they got run over by a railroad train. Wouldn't that be a shame?
Oh, yeah, that'd be sad something.
Fake Steve Rondinero. Haven't heard from Steve-O. From that simpleton. See, the one thing about whoever is sending these that they don't understand, well, they don't really care, but nobody remembers any of these people.
Right.
Nobody cared about them when they were in the market, so why the hell should we care like 20 years later?
O'Neill!
Yeah. M-O-N-D-A-Y-S-U-C-K-S.
And now live from Rigel 7, it's the Neil Rogers Show.
I like the ease of this on 4-bit writing. Plenty of time like the American Pie thing. Melody guide so I don't sing off key. This is my favorite karaoke.
Yeah, I love the way that bit ended. The bits haven't been the same since Polka Brian died.
I know.
Yeah, I heard that was some party Greg Reed threw.
Yes.
Good thing I didn't go.
Lots of dancing.
Of course, it's not easy flying back there from Rigel 7.
I know.
Thank God.
Oh, God.
I'm here. It's all over for you poor schleps stuck on Earth.
Yes.
President Noel. Well, if you're lucky, that crackhead is the last Bush to rig an election. Who's on this line? WQAM?
Mr. Rogers?
Speaking.
I was in the Publica Galactica today, sir, and let me tell you, the clip-out coupons in Thursday's paper are deceiving. I discovered to my shock
You know, this is
at the
George.
checkout counter
Yes, I know.
Redstones was not 2 for 99 cents. On the contrary,
Cut 'em off.
it was 2 breakstones for 99 cents each. Now, I don't know about you.
That's right.
They tried to peddle me 2 breakstones for the price of 2 breakstones cottage cheese when the coupon clearly stated that...
Well, use the cottage cheese that's growing in your toenails. Now, who's this on line 7 and 9? Klingon Penal Colony, hello? Ever got into that?
Retired.
Okay, on that note, I gotta renegotiate my contract. How about a 1-minute show, huh?
Oh!
You can fill the other 3 minutes.
That's right.
Spoiled concubine is next. George?
Bye.
All right. Yeah, about once a year, that's good. Like young
I
Neil.
like it.
You like it?
A lot. Wait.
Maybe
I'm
I
happy
do.
for you. 133 at 560 WQAM. Happy Monday to you. If I sound like I got a cold, it's because I do. Not that I'm looking for sympathy or anything. It's not like a hangnail. Sometimes a hangnail can be really nasty, huh?
No question.
And like if you bite a nail too close to the nub.
Yeah. It hurts.
And you pull it off and it like the corner of your finger bleeds,
Yeah.
You ever do that?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does that. Don't bite your fingernails, they say. How can you live without biting your fingernails?
I don't.
You don't bite your fingernails?
Nope. I used to when I was a kid.
That sounds really, really
gay
to me.
Not biting my fingernails is gay?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, you gay.
You probably, get the manicure, too.
Oh, yeah, I go to a salon. I use nail clippers.
Paul says what Leslie Stahl did not tell us is that only Windows operating systems are affected. Get rid of Bill Gates and all this crap. Try Ubuntu Linux. It's free and fast as hell. What is Ubuntu Linux?
I don't know, but maybe I should get some.
I'm listening to you on it now. You sound great. Thanks for the streaming, says Paul. Ubuntu Linux? You never heard of it?
No.
An expert like you?
Linux, yeah, but what's Ubuntu? I never heard of that.
Ubuntu?
Just.
I don't know. Maybe it's a baseball thing. I have no idea. Baseball season's right around the corner. Any interest?
No.
Anybody care about the Marlins?
No.
Are we going to get some stuff on the air that doesn't say the Marlins? That somebody can say Marlins?
No, we're not.
Like the Dolphins. The Dolphins and the Marlins. I mean, come on already. Jesus. This is a sports station, and they can't even pronounce the name of the frickin' teams? The Marlins? Sounds like a banana boat thing to me.
Yep.
The Marlins. God. The Dow's down 268. Not too great.
But it's been hanging around the same, Oh, here we go. Oi Shmoy says, are you going to scour your house, remove all the hummus? Pesach is right around the corner. I spent $27 on 3 bottles of kosher wine. I hope it doesn't make me sick. Every year the men's club has a wine sale. Can I send you a bottle? Yeah, send this. Put it in the ocean. Maybe it'll float up here. Can he send me a bottle of kosher wine? Oh, maybe Oi Shmoy is Gary Sarner. You think?
That could be.
Real Farbissen.
It's Pesach. You have to have your Pesadiki candy.
And let me ask you, what's the difference between regular candies and Pesadiki candy?
You got to tell me.
I have no idea. I mean, does the rabbi pee on it or something? I mean, what makes candy kosher for Pesach?
The Rebbe says a bracha over it.
Does it have like a little circle U on the bottom? It's like from the Circle U Ranch?
Has no pork or lobster.
Yeah. See, I eat whatever I like. I don't care about whether it's treif or kosher, all these other fairy tales, all these Bubba Mices, all this archaic crap. Why is it, if it's the year 2009, why is it that we should be living our lives based on the ramblings and rantings of ignorant, primitive people who lived thousands of years ago? Is there any logic in that?
No.
Does it make any sense to me? To you? No. To anybody with a brain? No. Ignoramuses who wrote down a bunch of superstitious hocus pocus. Oh, the good book says, the Bible says. It's enough to make me cry. Hummus. What is hummus? I don't even know what the hell that is.
Me either.
Well, some Jew will tell us what that is. Hummus. Speaking of virulent anti-Semites, Governor Sarah Palin named Anchorage lawyer Wayne Anthony Ross as her new Attorney General Thursday. We did not expect her to pick a gay-friendly AG. However, his blatant prejudice expressed in a public letter to the state bar shows he's a poor choice for the state's top attorney. During a fight 7 years ago over gay rights, Allison Mendel helped organize Anchorage lawyers in support of an anti-discrimination ordinance. Ross wrote a nasty letter to the Bar Association newsletter using words like immoral, perversion, and degenerates. The language went way beyond reasonable disagreement, Mendel and others said. The State House and Senate will hold separate confirmation hearings on his appointment. Other interesting facts about Wayne Anthony Ross, known as WAR, the initials on his plate. He was founder of the Alaska Right to Life and represented without fee anti-abortion protesters charged with trespassing. I feel I have a good relationship with the good Lord, but if I could overturn Roe v. Wade, I figure I got my ticket, he told a reporter. He was the defense lawyer for former Representative Vic Coring, who was serving a 3.5-year sentence on corruption charges. He opposes native subsistence rights and was lead lawyer in a case that got Alaska's subsistence law declared unconstitutional. When running for governor in 2002, he said he would hire a band of junkyard dog assistant AGs to challenge the federal law that requires subsistence preference or seek changes through Congress. He wrote for the Anchorage Times and Conservative Voice of the Times, and titles like KKK Art, Project Gets A for Courage are listed on the publication's page of Ross and Milner Law Office. He represented Palin in a ethics case against state GOP chair Rudy Ruderich when both were in the Oil and Gas Commission and co-chaired Palin's 2006 gubernatorial campaign. He was hoping for an appointment to the Department of Health and Social Services so he could stop the department from interfering with families when they should not be interfering and get them interfering with families when they should be interfering, and he was passed over. He defended a man who twice poured buckets of water from a passing pickup onto anti-war demonstrators in the rain and snow. His client was convicted of harassment and violating constitutional rights. He was co-chair of Alaskans for Phil Graham. Graham is one of the people responsible for the current economic crisis, and as co-chair of John McCain's presidential campaign called us a nation of whiners. And he's former vice president of the National Rifle Association and was in line to become president but was voted out of office. He's still a director of the NRA. So there you go, Sarah Palin and her compadres, real bunch of Nazis, if ever there were. And they're talking seriously about her for 2012. They're asking John McCain, will you support her in 2012? If that's the best they got, why not just call the election off? Huh?
Sounds like a great plan. Let's do that.
Call it off. Sarah Palin and Bobby Payush Jindal. This is today's Republican. And don't forget Nudie, too. He wants to come back.
Yank it, baby.
Newt Gingrich does the hanky-panky. Newt Gingrich has a skanky-wanky. Newt Gingrich does the hanky-panky.
All right.
Newt Gingrich does the hanky-panky. We thought Bill Clinton about it all the time.
Yeah.
They call him womanizing low-life slime. But Nudie's chasing girlies all around the desk. That's why his shirts are tucked, his hair is a mess. Who would have thought, whoever would have thought that?
All right, here we go, on the desk, let's go.
Mr. Speaker, the committee would like to know, are those high heel shoes sticking out from under your desk? I see. Okay, then, the committee sees no impropriety here, and there'll be no further investigation.
I saw him working on his pickup lines.
Oh, God.
You come here often, baby, what's your sign? A pretty young Republican and all alone. Hey, pretty baby, can I give you the bone? Who would have thought, I never would have thought that.
Come here, baby, and meet the junior speaker of the House.
Newt Gingrich does the hanky-panky. Newt Gingrich does the hanky-panky. Newt Gingrich has a skanky-wanky. Newt Gingrich does the hanky-panky. We thought he only spanked his monkey.
146, 14 till 2 at 560 WQAM. Here's another real pleasant email from somebody who doesn't have a name, has just a phone number. And this is the same Vancouver area code phone number that we had some hate mail from on Friday.
Excellent.
So somebody in Vancouver evidently is going to the great difficulty of listening to the show online, making the effort.
Yeah.
Subject, pathetic. You never heard of Winter Music Conference? Let me guess. You never heard of Art Basel Miami Beach, world's largest art fair, South Beach Wine and Food, world's largest food fest, or Miami Boat Show, world's largest boat show either? Not only are these events famous worldwide, there are tens of thousands of people from all over the world who fly into these events, and yet you, supposedly doing a local show, never heard of them? Pathetic. Do you think I would go to any of those things even if I was trapped in South Florida?
No.
Miami Boat Show, I have been to it many years ago, long time ago.
They have boats.
Yeah. We got something.
Yeah.
But the best part about this is, talk about pathetic, this is somebody with a Vancouver phone number.
Yeah.
Who takes the effort to listen online and then send me crap. That's my response to you, okay? Pathetic. Supposedly doing a local show. I'm doing the Neil Rogers show, okay, wherever it's from. Whether it's from the moon, whether it's from Uranus, wherever the hell it's from, that's what I'm doing. God. Always trying. You know, again, if it's so great in South Florida, what are you doing in Vancouver, eh? With all the shootings and killings and crap going on there? Maybe got into some of them good Vancouver drugs, huh?
Could be.
Now, me, married to a biatch. You know me?
Yeah, I know.
Which I think I'm going to block because I'm tired. It's always something stupid.
Yeah.
This is what he wrote this morning at 10:12 a.m. I had Farm Store's vanilla ice cream the other day. That by far is the best.
Wow.
Can you top that?
That's it?
That's it. That's the email.
Listen, I can't top that with anything, not even hot fudge.
Farm Store's vanilla ice cream the other day. That by far is the best. The best what?
That's
the
better
best
than
bland,
anything.
tasteless
Better than sex,
mung?
drugs, or the Ultra Music Festival, man.
Yeah.
It's just like there's nothing else like it.
Vanilla ice cream.
I think I'm going to get some on the way home. And
Taste in your tuchus.
Right.
Okay, maybe this guy can elope with a guy from Vancouver.
I'm going to scoop it down my pants.
There you go. That's a good idea. Get your licks.
All right, have me a cold one.
I'm not going to read the poll result. I'm embarrassed by this poll, too. That's 2 in a row. I'll try to find a good one for tomorrow. Maybe I'll actually make one. But this is what we get from the South Florida audience, from me, married a biatch, who thinks he's very amusing, by the way. Idiot. Farm stores. Would you think that Farm Stores brand would be the best of anything, no matter what food we're talking about?
No. Now, since it is farm stores, and I don't know if that actually means something, maybe it did once upon a time, you know, that those places actually had stuff that came from a farm as opposed to a factory.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if there's nothing else, then, yeah, farm stores is great. Maybe better than the ice cream truck ice cream. I don't know.
The ice cream truck ice cream?
I don't know. I haven't had something from farm stores, ice cream that is, in I can't remember when.
100 years.
Right.
thing about farm stores is, at least the one in Pembroke Lakes, not far from where I lived, you had a drive-through.
Yeah, well, that's what they're.
It was the only place I can recall that had a grocery thing with a drive-through.
Well, that's what those farm stores are. They're nothing but drive-through.
All of them?
All the ones that I've seen.
I'll have a half gallon of milk, and I'll have a tub of vanilla ice cream.
You got to hold up your money so that they can bring you the change, so they don't have to make 2 trips.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you shop at farm stores?
Every once in a while, you got to go through there to get some soda and rolling papers. You know, for cigarettes.
Yeah.
I roll my own cigarettes.
Right. Vanilla ice cream from farm stores, that is by far the best. This man, this creature, this cretin, I'm glad he's married to a biatch. In fact, I think she married a biatch. Biatch my ass.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Now, wouldn't you know, I put this at the very bottom of the pile, and wouldn't you know, I get down, and that's all I got, except this Paris Hilton thing. I didn't want to read it today. I didn't want to do it. I'm looking right now on the emails. What?
You threatened them.
Yeah. Unless you keep the crap coming, I'm going to have to read this stupid thing about Paris Hilton, which please don't make me do it, and they did. Because we got 2 minutes to kill. Of course, I could read this poll result. Real slow. I'm not going to read the Paris Hilton thing. I can't stand her. How about me married to a biatch? You want to read that again? I had farm stores vanilla ice cream.
Listen, that's it. That's the
Talk
pinnacle
about
of life.
excitement, man. Talk about an exciting place. This is his excitement. He had vanilla ice cream from farm stores. I think I see the comparison there. I see the whole trend.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who shops at farm stores and loves vanilla ice cream. Tasteless. Boring. Something about my spouse that aggravates the crap out of me is, or that he or she, we just did this, 133 votes, I'm telling you. I'm smelling you now. We just did this. I don't have a spouse, 37. My spouse is my soulmate, 32. Doesn't like sex with me, 14. Is a terrible housekeeper, 12. Spends too much money, 12. Is too wholesome for me, 6. Is a drunk, 4. Is an unemployed freeloader, 3. Can't cook, 3. Doesn't like me, 2. Has no sense of humor, 2. Screws other people, 2. Keeps having babies, 1. Well, I don't think she's doing it by herself, though, you know?
She might be doing it with somebody else as part of that other
Yeah,
action.
that's true. Keeps having babies with somebody. Is getting too old, 1. Is ugly as sin, 1. Won't cook, 1. And none yet for is a sports junkie or is a terrible parent out of 133 vote. That's the poll, such as it is. Not good. We apologize profusely, don't we?
No.
Although it's sure as hell better than the email saying I had farm stores vanilla ice cream. That could be the all-time worst email ever. And it comes from me. Not me.
You.
But you me. Some me. Well, I'll see how I'm feeling in the morning. Maybe I'll send you a text message. I don't know.
And maybe you won't?
Yeah, what happened there?
Oh, I don't know.
It stinks in Miami
Malfunction at the junction.
At 560 WQAM.
Remember when we first met, Mo?
Yeah, them's were the salad-tossing days. Like the time you wrote my first show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the premiere of the Mo David Show. 4 delightful hours of entertainment and information to help you get through your busy day. Actually, no, I'm just going to talk about sports here. All right, here's the scores. 7-2, 7-3. How about the Dolphins? Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, what are you doing walking through here in the middle of my show?
I was looking for the NFL concubine.
What are you thinking walking through my show? Noise like this in the background. What the is it with you?
That kind of language is going to get you raped.
Do you know who I am? I'm Bo David. And that's distracting, see? Having someone walk through the middle of my show? Give me a answer.
I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
I just don't know why we need another sports show. I mean, what else can you say? There's only so much to talk about, you know? Oh, and by the way, something. I ate that last piece of pizza pie in the back room there.
Oh, good for you.
Thanks. It was tasty, too. Yeah.
Was my name on the box?
Yeah, it said right there. Mo's Pizza.
Get out of my studio, bub. All right, let's get this show back on track.
Can I just take a second here?
I'll give you a second.
I'll give you 2 seconds. And you better use them to get the hell out of here.
I don't understand why they...
What? You don't understand what it's like working with professional broadcasters. Is that it?
Well, you call yourself a broadcaster, but you're not really a broad. Ever wonder about that?
Right. Thanks for ruining my show.
I enjoyed it.
Why, you dirty little...
And I still don't like you.
Oh, yeah? Then why you spooning me?